What's going on, good people? We're having some technical of the difficulties today. Apparently, all of my technology hates me. Uh, so, hopefully, you can hear me all right. Hopefully, there's no punk ass goddamn echo or no stupid ass bullshit.
I can hear you good.
Good. All right. Damn. Now I'm find trying to find all my shit. All my shit's fucked up. Okay. Let's see.
What
I
up,
mean,
Shauna? What up,
I,
Ro?
I can't see no comments. I
What
can't.
up, Nikki?
I'm trying to get this some bullshit. Let me tell you something. I'm so sick of doing this shit. How is it that I ain't been live in I don't know how long? Shauna Connor, what up? What up? What up? What up?
Dana, what it do?
Damn, do I gotta turn the thing? If I turn it sideways, it's just gonna make it.
If you turn the phone sideways, it'll be full screen.
Yeah, it'll be full screen, but I won't be able to do nothing
Ah.
because life hates me right now. Um, so we trying to work it out, good people. All right, we just you bitch. God, God. Oh, I'm mad with the world right now. Okay, anyway. What's up, everybody? My name is Maki with Unique Servants by Maki. Banner, banner. Mr.
And you,
R050.
yeah.
Nikki. We're irresistible. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I'm not going to keep y'all for too long because apparently technology hates a Maki today. Like it did last week, but on steroids. For whatever reason. Like it's not letting me select shit. Like it's not even letting me do it on the fucking iPad. Like, what is your problem?
Well, it's probably an issue with your iPad.
Yeah, but it's up to date and it's been restarted I don't know how many times in the past week.
Father, what it do? If y'all have not seen Father Dunn's video, watch it after the podcast. Hit that replay and comment
Yes.
and like the video because YouTube likes that. As Keys
I don't
always say.
know. I don't know why the actual whatchamacallit didn't show up and it just says all the emojis and the words. I don't know what's going on.
StreamYard does that with certain YouTube emojis.
Well, StreamYard, you pissing me off. You suck right now. I just want to let you know that you're getting a terrible review after this. I don't know what's going on with the iPad. Okay, so I'm just gonna give up on everything, and we're just gonna hope for the best here.
I can relay the chat if you can't see them.
No,
if someone comments on our topics and stuff.
I think I mean I can see it now.
Okay.
I'm saying, God damn it.
Well, I don't
Turn
want
the
you to
damn thing.
accidentally. Yeah, I don't want you to accidentally kick yourself off.
Yeah, no, yeah, fuck it. Shit, pissing me off. Shit. Okay. Well, all right, everybody. What's up? What's good, good people? My name is Maki with Unique Servants by Maki. I got my good family up here today, and I feel like we're gonna piss some people off today.
It's okay.
It's all right. It's all right with both of us. We personally don't give a damn either way. If you don't know, this is my brother, my trans brother, Mr. Elias, Prince Elias from Creative Reptiles. If you don't know, you're not following, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. You suck. Go follow my brother and support my bro because he's the shit.
Oh, thank you.
He's the shit. And if you don't know, now you goddamn know because I done told you ain't got no reason to know not to know no more. So, how you doing, Elias?
I'm great. Just enjoying summer vacation inside the house, not going anywhere.
Yeah,
Thankfully, I got my car back, but whatever the mechanic did, my keys, once they're in the ignition, will not come out of the ignition. So
he locked it. So you
I don't
can't.
know.
What the fuck?
I was able to get the keys out, but you had to fight the gear shift. Either way, I never had that problem until I took it to him to get my transmission fixed. So somewhere in the midst of fixing my transition, he messed up my gear. So yeah.
Hey man, you better
They
get your
won't let
money
they
back.
won't let me and Tigger be great. They will not let me and Tigger be great.
Well, you need, as far as I'm concerned, you should be getting your goddamn money back. Fuck the bullshit.
Right? Right? Over $2,000. And now my keys wanna stay in the car.
Right, because that's nice. Like people don't steal cars and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm grateful. I have no complaints here.
Okay. Well, fuck that guy. Um,
Exactly. Handy
speaking of
mans ain't never handy.
speaking of pissing people off, fuck that guy. God damn it. Okay. So I don't know. Did you want to just stick to the? Speaking of, shout out to Big Brother Elias. I got my damn merch. God
I
damn
like
it.
that.
Goddamn.
Yes.
It's my first official merch from somebody in the community, and I like it. This is a really good notebook. I mean, if you like to take notes, this is a note taking. This is somebody note taking notebook. Okay, this is a good notebook. It's good, stiff. It's good. This is a good notebook, y'all.
Yeah, I got about three of
I like
those.
my notebooks like I like my pens. I'm a notebook connoisseur and a pen connoisseur. This is like a compound notebook, but better. This is the shit. So shout out to you, bro. Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
So I didn't know if you had some topics that you had written down too.
No, I love the topics you chose. I'm good. I'm ready
Okay.
to go. Yeah.
All right. All right. So you want to start with reptiles first, or you want to start with the
Of
community?
course. We gotta hook them with the reptiles first.
Got you. Okay. Well, let's hook them with the reptiles first. Okay. Let me fix something here. I feel like the music too loud for me. Okay, there we go. Now I can't hear this, but it's throwing me off. I kind of like that. That's a little bop right there. Okay, so first things first, because we kind of touched on it on BTS this past week, but I feel like we got to throw some more out there on it.
Throw
You know
some
what
more.
I'm saying? Mitzi Boo! I haven't seen Mitzi
Hey,
Boo
baby.
in a little bit. Hi, Mitzi Boo! How you? Okay, so I feel like all right. So I feel like we're gonna start. I feel like I kind of want to start talking about what you
one topic will melt into at least two of those. They kind of blend
exactly,
together. Yeah. Huh?
exactly. Yep, that's why I set it up that way.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, three of them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So first topic that I think that we might want to talk about are how newbies are treated
Mm-hmm.
in the hobby. Now I don't know anybody else, but I'm still fairly new, and I'm not of the breeding variety, right? So there's not. I feel like in the community, there's not really a sanctuary for the newbies
Mm-hmm.
that just want to keep. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like a lot of people who have been in the game for a while have gotten out of the keeping mindset. You know what I'm saying? Not that it goes from the keeping mindset to the breeding mindset, and I'm not saying that nobody should want to elevate, for lack of a better term, or progress in the hobby. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But it all starts by keeping, in my opinion. And I feel like because the game is so breeding heavy, I feel like at some point we need to educate people that want to progress in or go to another avenue. I feel like you kind of got to treat it like school. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Where okay, if you want to be an accountant, right? Well, you could be an accountant for a law firm. You could be a personal accountant. You can go into doing people's taxes. You need to tell these people all these different avenues of just where this starts. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel like there's no sanctuary for that because of the whole breeding effect. I'm coining it the breeding effect.
And also, as someone who is new to the breeding side, there's no sanctuary for us either because the old heads or the people who've been doing it longer, or the big wigs with all the money in the cars and stuff, showboating, they they don't make it. The way they talk to the new breeders, the way they address the new breeders, the way they kind of condescend and talk down on new breeders, especially if the new breeders aren't buying into the projects that they want them to buy into, it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like it turns people off. At least for me, it turns me off. There are times where I just want to say fuck it and not be a part of the breeding side of the community. And also, a lot of these breeders think that just because you're new to breeding, that you don't know shit about the animals themselves, like you're a new keeper. And I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm not a COVID breeder. I'm not from the 2020 ilk. I might not know much about Morse, but guess what? I've been keeping, caring for, raising ball pythons since 2016. I've been keeping ball pythons and boa constrictors. I had Morticia before I got Jimmy when she was a baby. I've been keeping boas and balls since 2016, where some of you breeders who look down upon me just bought your first snake or your child's first snake in 2020. So who is the newbie here? Just because you bought a ball python your first year and bred or decided to breed your first year and you joined Canova's Patreon and Billy's Patreon back in 2020, you think you know some shit, but then y'all are confused when your ball pythons don't act the way you think they should act.
Mm.
They'll be like, "Oh, my ball python stopped eating for 6 months. My ball python did this. My ball python is strictly on ASLs. Mine, she's 2 years old and 1,500 grams, and she slugged out on me." Well, maybe if you learned the animal first and kept it first as a
Mm.
pet, some of these things that you're confused about wouldn't be so confusing. And
Speak
I
on.
may and I may be a brand new breeder with one clutch under my belt, but guess what? My female, she's 13 years old. She wasn't forced to make babies while she was still a baby. She was
Mm.
forced to mature. She was able to thrive and mature as an adult ball python. And that's why I believe, me personally, and her baby daddy was 3 years old. And that's why I believe personally my clutch, despite the one stillborn, my clutch happened so successfully the way it did. She gave me no slugs.
Mm.
She didn't have any issues. She didn't have egg bounding issues. None of that shit. All these horror stories I hear, and granted, I'm not saying I will never experience those. I know I am. I am prepared for that. I am mentally and emotionally prepared for all the horror stories that could happen. But I believe my first clutch was so successful. One, because I knew my animals, I read my animals. When she was sick of Mr. Gold in her cage, I took him out. I didn't care how horny he was. When she was hissing and acting different than what she normally did, oh, brother, you got to go. Let's give her a break.
Yeah, there you go.
I only
There you
locked them.
go.
I only let them lock 3 times in 1 month, where most breeders let their snakes lock once a week, off a week, once a week, off a week, and they keep doing it till they get an ovulation. I didn't do that. I didn't stress her the fuck out. I didn't stress him the fuck out. And she was mature in age. So a lot of these breeders look down. Oh, you just had your first clutch. Oh my gosh, and it was just a pastel cypress. Ain't you ain't do much. Get 5 clutches under your belt. Sell on Morph Market. Then come talk to me. Then you can say something. No, no. The moment my snake gave birth and the moment those eggs hatched successfully, I'm a breeder. But guess what? I pride myself as being a better keeper than a breeder. I pride myself of being in the game longer than most of these breeders out now that look down upon the newbies, because I've owned and cared for snakes and raised snakes a lot longer than a lot of you, quote unquote, we've been breeding since 2020 COVID breeders. You can't look down upon me, baby,
Mm.
because unlike y'all, I actually love ball pythons. Just saying.
Speak on it, brother.
My
Speak on it.
clutch number 2, Jafar's the baby daddy. I made that point. The moment the breeder told me in the group chat nobody should be breeding normals on purpose. I bet I'm about to breed some normals on purpose, and I bet you money I'm gonna sell them fucking normals. Because there's a lot of people in Memphis that want a pet snake, but they can't afford that $10,000, $5,000, $2,000, whatever, six head, quadruple head DG hypos that y'all pushing out to the market. So I bet you I'm gonna breed those normals. I'm a hold back a junior because I really want a Jafar Junior, and I bet you money I'm gonna sell the rest of those normals, and they gonna go to happy homes because I'm gonna be picky. I ain't gonna give them to just anybody. I'm be picky as fuck. And guess what? Everybody I sell my normals to, I'ma hold their hand every step of the way and show them how a real breeder is supposed to conduct business
That's how
because
you
they
do.
put the pet keeper in mind first. And they don't look down upon them and have them look at them as stupid.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's
But
real.
that's just
No,
how I
that's
see it.
real.
But like you said, there's no safe space for newbies. There's no safe space for new pet keepers, and there's no safe space for new breeders because there's always some elitist motherfucker who look down upon the new ones as if they was never in those shoes before.
Your roots start you, and that's something that I feel like every. I mean, this is not one of those things where you were never new. You know what I'm saying? This isn't one of them things where you were never new. This isn't one of them situations where you were never new. And
Mm-hmm.
if and you have new you have and that's what I was saying when you knew you got treated like school
Yeah.
because I was new to keeping. I'm still new to keeping. You know, you know what I'm saying? Let me see. I had to leave one breeder group chat because of the way they treated friends in the community. And yep,
Yep.
yep,
Just because I
yep,
didn't bend the knee and play the game. Yep. Facts, Ro.
yep.
Facts.
That'll do it.
I've left some groups too. I've left some groups too. And I've taken some breaks for some groups because I was like, I love the people who run the group, but I hate the culture that was within the group, if that
Yeah,
makes sense. It was like the leaders were great. The leaders, we on the same page. We see eye to eye. They
both
they
of bro.
believe they believe in pet keeping and circulating this hobby and adding new people to the. They believe that pie is not dead. They believe that the genes that we consider less value or pet value. They believe that they have a value too. But it's the people in the else in the group that's like all business. That's and granted, I have no beef with Billy from Mutation Creation. I'm saying that right now. I have no beef with the man, but he has created a culture where people are looking down upon other people and very elitist with these terms like you're a breeder one, you're a breeder two, you're a breeder three. No.
It's
Stop all
not
that
levels to this
bullshit.
shit.
Stop all
There's
that bullshit. Stop all that bullshit. That's
so
elitist. That's all it is.
right.
And,
That is the
and
definition of
again,
elite.
I have no beef with that guy. He is a legend. He's created some amazing animals. And what he's saying, business wise, as a businessman, can be true. But y'all forget that these are not items that you get off a shelf at Target. These are living creatures. And that's my issue with the breeding. What Banner say? It,
Uh,
it should be treat people how you want to be treated, right? Yep. Like the
so
person, yep. Facts.
when I came, with me being like the newest stepper that I know in the community, just like in the circle in general, like the small little village that I've created. I'm the newest one. I'm the youngest. I'm the baby in all facets, right? So I think it really should be. I really want to make this, if nothing else, Unique Serpents is a safe place for newbies
Me
because
too.
I don't know about anybody else, but as a newbie, I started my very first animal was a normal ball python. Like I did the whole satire thing on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok about it. But one thing that I know for sure that discourages newbies from ever getting another one is that how people will showboat about their collection. The showboating has to stop because then people feel like they want to be a part of it, but you literally looking down on their very first animal,
And make
which
it feel like their animal's not worth anything.
when it is very well worth some. I don't know about anybody else, but my animals save my life every day. If it wasn't for Kamea, I probably wouldn't be here right now with my diagnosis. When I got Kamea, I got diagnosed with my nerve condition, and then not having, if I didn't have anybody else in this house besides Kamea, dealing with my accident would have been done for me. They give
Mm-hmm.
me a reason to get up and get out of bed every morning because I
Mm-hmm.
have to get up and get out of bed to make sure they got water. If I don't do shit else, if I can't do a fuck ass else, I make sure that these babies got water
Close
every day.
brother, what did it? I didn't see you come in.
You know
But
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
and I tell people all the time, the day that all my snakes go is probably the day I go. I'm be honest. I'm be honest. Because Jafar, I call Jafar my best friend for a reason. Yes, because first of all, it's the piggyback off man's best friend. You know, everybody say dogs are man's
Mhm.
best friends. Now, granted, I know snakes don't have the same emotions as dogs. I get that. I'm not claiming that. But the benefit he has given me, he came to me at an opportune time. I've been very open and honest about my mental health. I celebrate the day that I try to commit suicide every October 16th. Every year that I survive and make it to another October 16th is a celebration. We coming on 12 years. I was in therapy in intent. I had to check myself into the mental hospital, and I was in intense therapy for my conditions because I had multitudes, PTSD, all that jazz. I was looking for something to keep me alive.
Right.
The medication wasn't working at all. Therapy helped a lot, but it wasn't enough. And people are like, "Well, aren't your family and your friends enough for you to stay?" No, that's not how mental health works. I
Well,
love my
right.
parents. I love my nieces. I love my nephews. I love my sisters and my brothers, but they cannot keep me alive. But it was
There's
something about that snake, that $10 normal on the table at a Repticon. It's something about that snake that changed and clicked for me. And he has kept me going for these past couple of years, since 2016.
right.
And
Right.
so I value every snake. You're not going to see me. You will never see me. I don't care if I'm in the privates of a group chat or or on a show vending. You will never hear me call these pet rocks. You will
Hmm.
never, first of all, they're not pet rocks because I've experienced them. Again, I've been keeping since 2016. The original 10, the original 10 snakes, not including the boa constrictors, you would think these motherfuckers are boas. They've been raised with boas. They don't know what pet rock means. The original 10. Now, these new babies I've been investing in for breeding, they some different. But guess what? They probably was a pet rock for the first 2 weeks they was with me.
Yep.
Now I come, but because I handle them a lot outside of, because these breeders, they got 200, 300, 400 animals. All they got, the only time they handle these snakes are
To show them off.
cleaning, feeding, and show them off. I take these snakes out just because it's a Tuesday.
Right. Like, I mean, that was
Like,
how I started. Was I had 7 snakes, and each day of the week was somebody's day.
I don't
You,
know. I don't know what this pet rock they speak of. The only
I
time
got
they
a pet.
pet rock,
I got a pet rock.
the only
I
time
got
they
a pet
pet rocks
rock.
is when they sleep.
No,
That's the only
Hona
time I
was
see
a
them
pet
curled up.
rat. Hona will only get to move around when she's hungry. That's just her. She is a She is an emo kid. She only get to move around when she's hungry. That's it. But that's just her. I don't have anybody else that's really like that. I see
Exactly.
Pele more. I see Pele is a night owl. She want to come out just because it's dark.
I got the new snake, the new one I got. Zed. That fool was up all day, just
See,
roaming.
look,
I said,
and
"When are you going to sleep, bro?" I said, "When are you going to sleep?"
Raiden is up when I'm up. If I'm up, Raiden's up. Like Raiden just want to
It's
be
like as
out.
soon as they hear as soon as they hear my door open, they hear my footsteps. What we doing, bro? What's going on today?
Facts. See, okay. You see
It
what?
ain't even feeding day.
So I guess to say, well, as a newbie, you're probably going to start with a normal. So stop. Normals have their place because
Bananas,
they're
normals,
affordable.
bananas, pastel. normals, bananas, pastels, normal
What's
pies,
up, the fat man?
uh, albinos. Those are your introductory
Right.
animals.
And
Those are the ones that
they
hook people in. Blue Eye
right,
Lucy.
right. They have their place. And they have their place for the newbies. So stop saying that you shouldn't be breeding them on purpose, because I don't know about you, but if I know for people who actually care about animals, if you're not going to be able to keep this animal, you're not going to spend a whole bunch of money on the animal.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? If you have any fear of not, if you really love animals and want the best for animals, you're not going to spend a whole bunch of money on one animal because you're afraid that if something happens, you see what
Hmm.
I'm saying? I can invest that in other things. I can invest that in their enclosure and things like that.
Exactly. Invest
They
that in
have
the
their
right
place.
thermostats and things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
All these things that they're going to need. So, for one, newbies, don't discourage yourself off of getting the normal, because they're dope. And without all the normal, none of these other fucking morphs would exist in the first place. But nobody wants to say that. Nobody wants to
Exactly.
say without a normal that any of these other morphs would exist.
Exactly.
Now, I wanted to move into, because that took care of two, right?
Yeah.
If you're a newbie and you come in,
Hmm.
and you start seeing that there's breeding as an option, there's rentals as an option.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There's educational
I
programs
see
as an
this.
option. That stay in your fucking lane. Okay, I'm telling you right now, stay in your fucking lane. If you just want to be a keeper, be a keeper.
Yeah.
If you want to be a
And you
breeder,
can be a content creator, TikTok or whatever, just keeping. You ain't gotta breed.
you don't have to
You
breed
can
to do it. You don't have to ever rent your snakes out to do it. You don't ever have to rent your animals or bring them to an educational special or whatever. Fucking stay in your goddamn lane. And if that's not your fucking lane, stop coming to somebody else's lane telling them how to do some shit. Because I got one more fucking time in my life for a goddamn breeder to come tell me how the fuck I'm supposed to be running my educational specials. I'm not talking to nobody about breeding out a fuck ass thing. That's not what my
you're
educational
not going
specials
to a
do.
breeder telling them what to pair up and stuff like that.
I'm
So they shouldn't be telling you how to do educational shows, especially
I'm
when
not
they don't do it.
I'm not I'm not educating motherfuckers on how to breed the goddamn snake, because I'm not breeding. I'm not doing that. I'm not telling you how to do any of that. What I'm educating you on is where these animals come from, where they come from, what they need,
Their
what they're
history.
actually like, what
Hmm.
happens when you actually interact with them. I'm only in the game of educational specials to change the mindset of how people view these animals, so that when they go outside, they know that number one, this is an venomous animal. That's number one. Number two, this animal's not out to actively get you. Number
Yep.
three, fuck
They're
what
not
your
going to
religion
chase you.
said. Fuck what your religion said. It's not evil. Okay, these animals are not evil, and are not just playthings for you to just try your fucked up experimentation and just wanting to kill something and see what happens. That's not what we're doing. That's what Unique
Hmm.
Serpents does, as far as as far as educational specials do. So you got one more time. If I find out that you a breeder and you come up in my inbox talk about I need to start saying this, that, and the third, bitch, I'm not in your lane. Stay in yours.
And we're not
I'm
going to,
not in
and
your
when
lane.
we're educating children, because most of my gigs are elementary or middle school, I'm not going to talk about all these hets and stuff like that. Now, granted, I did a high school class and they were talking about biology and they were talking about
That's
breathing. That's
different.
something different. But
That
our
plays into the
education shows that
perspectives,
you and
and
I do, the stuff that you and I do,
then
it
it's
is
not
to
about
just
that.
educate the knowledge. I'm not going to say we're the Steve Irwin. We're like the Crap Brothers, the Zavuma Food folks
You're
from
right,
PBS. We're
right.
teaching them the basics. This is
I
a
just want
snake.
you to know.
This
I
is
just
what
want you
they
to be
eat.
able to
This is
look
where
at
they're
it.
from.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
we're
it.
not doing all. We're not doing all that. Oh, this is het pied ball, or this is what. Leave that. We leave that to y'all because that's y'all lane.
That's y'all's lane. I'm not stepping in no breeder's lane. That's not my lane.
Mm-mm.
I'm not into that. I'm not
I'm
even
never putting
into
that a part of my lesson plan unless it's a high school and they're specifically learning about that particular thing.
right. And that is the specific reason why you cannot book me for stuff like that. I will point blank. I've had people try to book me for like a high school class because they talk about biology and all that shit. And you can't book me for that. And they ask me, well, why not? I say because I'm not a breeder, And the specific things that they're learning about involves breeding. I'm not a
Mhm.
breeder. I am the basic education level. And again, that's not even my whole thing. Education isn't even my whole thing with unique serpents.
Exactly.
My whole thing is facing your fears.
Yep.
That is what unique serpents does.
Facing your
It's
fears.
basically very light exposure therapy. A very light exposure shock therapy is all
Hmm.
that Maki does.
Yep.
That's what Maki does. And I work with the models and the photography and shit like that. Educational programs are never what the fuck I say first. I always say that I do face your fears programs, educate. I do face your fears programs. Then I say I work with the models. We've done a couple music videos, club appearances, and then I mention the educational specials because that's
Ooh,
the
let
last
me
thing
write
that
this
I do.
down. Let me write.
That's the last thing that I do. So if you're a newbie and you come in the game, find a lane and stay in it until you decide that you want to move to that lane. Treat it like you're on a highway. If you ain't got room to merge, don't merge.
And speaking of, there's two things I want on there. Stay in your lane. See, a lot of people look at me as I don't know. But anyways, I'm an actual photographer. Newsflash, I had a photography company before I became in the reptile companies. So I do the same thing as Maki, except I don't do the face your fear stuff. That's Maki's gig. But I do the educational shows. I go to schools with the snakes and stuff like that and educate, but I also do the photography rental thing because I was a photographer first. And when I first got Jafar and Jasmine, my two normals, my model friends and my photographer friends started asking, hey, can we borrow your snake for this? Can we borrow your snake for that? And that's how Creative Reptiles began. That's what started this whole thing. That's why my logo with Jafar is him holding a camera. That is first and foremost of Creative Reptiles. That's why my name is Creative Reptiles. So I say all that to say this. There are some people who are hopping in my lane, which is not really my lane. I don't own it. I wasn't the first to do it. I won't be the last. I tell everybody that my hero and my online father, I call him my online father, is Claudius up in LA, the snake
Mhm.
father.
The snake
he was
guy
the
for
first
sure.
he was the first one that I saw doing this, and he was doing it with big name people, with rappers and singers, and in Hollywood movies because he's in that realm. He was the first to do it for me. He is my hero, so I always give credit to him. But there are some people who are hopping on to this, throwing their snakes into any old environment, not first of all not knowing their snakes because all their snakes do is sit in the rack and breed for them. Let's just call a spade a spade. You don't handle your snakes enough to know which one is friendlier than the next. And so you're wondering why your snake is hissing at the photo shoot and why the model is freaking out and scared because she thinks the snake's going to bite her because the snake has been used to sitting in a rack his whole life and never got any love and
Like
affection and attention.
facts.
Um,
And
and then also there are some do it well. Shout out Claudius, the snake father. Some do it not so well. They'll take these snakes out on the nightlife with the club appearances. And
I
unfortunately, I've witnessed because I follow people and watch their stories. The snake handler is just as drunk as the patrons. So you're
yeah.
drunk, you're out partying, holding your snakes in a club with smoke and God knows what else, loud music, stuff like that. The people who are asking to hold your snake and take pictures are drunk, and
Yep.
it's just a recipe for disaster.
And I do that. I
It's
actually do
it's
that.
a
I do
recipe for
club
disaster.
appearances and
If
stuff.
you're going to jump in these lanes, you got to treat it professionally. You can't go to these day parties, these night parties, these clubs with your retics and your Burmese and your balls and your boa constrictors, and you're partying and getting drunk with them.
I will never take any of my book.
You can't do that.
I learned quickly just because of I've been bit what 3 times my entire time keeping. And people, well, oh well, you're gonna get bit. Usually if you kept it, you would have been bit more. No, 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 no.
No.
I only got bit 3 times because I know my babies. That's why I've only been bit 3 times
Girl.
in my entire time of keeping. I get bit maybe once a year, and I didn't get bit by that gum. What's his face? Goddamn Anubis, the boa. I didn't get bit by him until the first time he ever had stuck shut. The first time. And I had to mess with him. And I found out very quickly that he can go to a day party, he cannot go to a night party.
Exactly.
He won't do it. He won't do it because he don't want to be messed with, and everything is gonna mess with you at a night party.
Yep.
So I don't. So if you're a newbie and you get in the lane, it's okay. First
I
of
like
all,
that,
it's
man.
fine to get a normal. Get a normal. It's perfectly fine. Make that your first baby. Normals are beautiful. And there are different types of normals. Like normals show different things. Some of them show more browns, like as far as ball pythons go. Some of them show more brown. Some of them show more black. So, and
And can I say this? And can I say this as a photographer and someone who's been in these shoots, been in these studio gigs, and even outdoor shoots? Y'all think, because granted, I got a roster. I got a list of snakes that I know would do well for photo shoots. I have their pictures every time a client or a new person reach out to me on Instagram. Hey, what do you have available? What are your pictures? I can show them the Blue Eye Lucy. I can show them all the pies I have. I can show them every quad, quadruple, multi gene, orange dream, ghost, desert ghost, all this shit. I can show them all this beautiful, beautiful. Oh my gosh, every breeder wants. I can show them all these plethoras. Guess which one they pick every time without me even saying anything?
Jimmy Jim
Jimmy, the normal BCI.
or Jafar.
Jafar, the normal ball python. Jasmine, the normal ball python. And guess what? Guess what? Guess what? People think the blue eyed Lucy gets the points when it comes to morphs. Elsa, the single gene lesser ball, gets called backs to a lot of gigs. And so what you think to you what's hip to the breeders is eye catching. Oh, this Batman or this Pompeii will go great for this photo shoot. I can tell you right now, all these orange and red snakes y'all been trying to create with these ball pythons, a lot of them don't look good in professional photo shoots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm be honest.
Especially if they're outside.
It's yeah, they're outside.
Especially if they're
Photographers.
outside.
I've had a photographer tell me, and this is a pro photographer who has been published, who has worked at LA Fashion Week and shit like that. I've had a photographer tell me, hey, could you bring the normal ball python because all those white and yellow snakes don't look good, or they fuck up the flash, or all
Mhm.
this other stuff. So while y'all shitting on ball pythons as far as their looks when it comes to breeding, I had a $500 photo shoot with a normal ball python, baby.
Mm-hmm. Normals do really Normals do really well,
All
especially
those snakes.
outside.
Oh, I forgot who else is big on my roster who always gets chosen to these gigs. The gene that everybody hates the most, my pastel coils.
Oh yeah,
Coil shot
pastels. I mean,
more
foils are pretty,
photos.
especially against green. Like you have your green box, the you know what I'm saying. Coils looks really good against
Y'all
green.
hate those brown snakes. Y'all hate those snakes that's brown out, but those brown out snakes is what's making money for Creative Reptile.
Like I don't, I, a lot of people their favorite one is Kamea, and Kamea is normal, but outside of Kamea, it's only Gambit because he's bigger. That's really it. Gambit is my most outside of.
Dana, the piggyback out there, the people who book my snakes don't know their names until afterwards. They just ask for pictures. And
Oh
I
no,
give them
they
the
know
pictures
no, and
and
that's
they
the
choose
thing.
their animals based on. I'm talking about for me, because Banner said
Yeah,
because the name Elsa. Now, a lot of these clients pick her, don't even know her fucking name until I tell them
Dragon.
later.
And but
Dragon.
that's something else. I built that kind of rapport. I make and because of what I do, I make
Mm-hmm.
them. They all have names.
Yep.
On top of they're my babies. They what
Now the
do
repeat
hu-
customers, yeah, they know them
humans
by
have?
name.
Humans have a first, a middle, and a last name. That's
uh,
something that makes it identifiable with us.
yep.
You see what I'm saying? They don't just you. What I'm not going to tell a client. Oh, I tell them I got a yellow one and I have a yellow one with different patterns. I have a
I
large
just
yellow,
post
a
pictures
yellow
and
one with a
let them
different pattern.
choose. I just post pictures, let them choose, and they be like, "I want that one." I'd be like, "Oh, that's Jimmy," or "Oh, that's Elsa," and then
Right,
they'll know, and then they'll have it to memory. But
right.
first,
But
I like the
and
clients to pick them based off their looks, what they like in their vision.
I like for them to pick. I
Yeah.
like but for what I do for the face your fears,
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It makes it identifiable.
yeah.
It's no longer just a snake. I
Mm-hmm.
want Gambit. I want Liu Kang.
Yeah.
How big is Liu Kang? How big is
Mm-hmm.
Gambit? Oh well, Gambit's such and such a size. He's my largest one, so he's a big boy. So just
Mm-hmm.
be prepared for that. I want your biggest one that you have. Okay, well that's Gambit.
Yep.
It switches the mental. It makes it identifiable
And that's
because they're
part of the
so
facing
far.
your fears. Yeah.
Yeah, they're so far for snakes. It's so far removed from human. They don't have eyelids. They're up when we're not up. They're so
They have no
unidentifiable.
limbs. They're cold
No
blooded.
limbs. They're cold blooded.
So
There's
once
so
you
many
give
things.
them a name and the customer and your clients hear
Now you're
that,
attached. Now
yeah,
you're slightly attached because now you know their name. You see
yep,
what I'm saying?
yep.
So that's a thing. And in with the rentals and this whole because I've been wanting to talk about this. I was dead determined to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
I am disappointed in vans.
Of course,
The
yes.
more that I hear about this, look, as somebody who does the rent, me and Elias both do rentals of some sort. We do rentals for two different things. First of all, I'm not taking out. I don't take my babies out in blue. If I catch them in blue and you book one of them and they're in blue, I immediately, as soon as I know, you know. I've only had it caught up one time where they were in blue and I didn't catch it and they were actually at a shoot.
I
There was
only
only
did
one
it,
time.
yeah. I've only did it one time, but it was with Jimmy, and I know Jimmy. You can kiss him on the mouth when he in blue, he's not gonna react. That's the only reason. But I
Right,
wouldn't
and
do that with
Gambit's
any
the
of the
same
ball
way.
pythons. I wouldn't do that with any of the ball, but I only did it one time because the client paid in full ahead of time. And
Right, it was one of
it was
those
like one of
situations.
those situations, and I
It
was like, damn. And I purposely did not feed Jimmy so that he wouldn't go in
wouldn't
blue,
go
and
into
the
blue.
food
Right,
still went in
It
blue.
happened the same way
He
with
still
Gambit.
went in blue.
And that's another thing. If you are trying to book these animals, the booking and deposit in advance pays for things that you are unaware of. I'm
Yep.
sick of motherfuckers trying to tell me that my prices ain't right. My prices are right because I got to bring these motherfuckers to you. I got to bring my kids over there.
Wasting my
I'm
gas.
not dropping them off. You're paying for me, the
I'm
animal, the
staying
gas,
there the
and
whole
the food
time.
that I'm
Mhm.
not getting. That I don't. There's other things. There's a reason why there's a 2 week. You have 2 weeks ahead to book me minimum. Minimum, you have 2 weeks. Why? Because that dictates feeding and shit. Because on top of that, snakes, unlike dogs, they go when they want to go. There are no tells that my baby's gonna go. Well, I know the tells when my baby's gonna go. Goddamn, come here, get to wagging that tail. I know something's coming. So,
They warn you. They're like, oh, I'm
that's all you get.
about to give
But
me it
that's
out.
all you get. That's it. So if one of my animals poops on you, I ain't got time to be paying for that. You
And
see what
that's
I'm
yep.
saying? I'm not taking that out of your fucking money just because they pooped on you. So this is why you book me 2 weeks in advance because I got time. That if that way I have to feed, I gotta feed my baby. So if I feed them, then they got time to get it out.
And before they even book me, before they pay a deposit, I let them know, hey y'all, what you pick. I'll first of all, I always give them three choices. I give them three choices because, and I let them know this. I'm very transparent. The snake you really want, just like with the situation with Jimmy, might go into shed even if I don't feed them.
Yep,
They might go into shed.
yep.
Or like Morticia, bless her heart. One day, it was the day before she was going into shed. So she wasn't in blue. I did not know. She looked normal. She wasn't in blue. But one thing about Morticia, and I know my snakes, she gets very cage aggressive when she's about to go in blue.
Mm-hmm.
Right before. That's how I know she's about to go in blue. So I went to go pick her up and she started hissing with her mouth open. Morticia
Right.
don't hiss with her mouth open. She's not that type of boa. She's never done it. I've had her since she was a hatchling.
Mm-hmm.
She hissed with her mouth gape open. I said, "Oh no, baby, you're not doing this booking." And so I took two ball pythons and I took Jimmy because the reason why Jimmy wasn't the first choice because the model was scared. He was too big.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I took him anyway, but I also took some ball pythons, some adult females, so she can have a choice in three different sizes.
Right. So right.
But I let her know before she even booked me, hey, something might happen and the snake you want may not become available, but I will always bring a backup. You will always
Right.
have more options. So
Right.
when people book me, they have three options because ain't no way all three of them motherfuckers is going to shit at the same time.
There's no way.
Ain't
There's
no
no way.
way.
There's
Especially the
no
way my
way.
feeding schedule is. So you will always have three choices. And even if you only have one choice, because I have people book me and say, I only want Jimmy or I
I
only
need
want
you to give
Jafar.
me a second one. I need you to give
I'm
me a second
always
option.
bringing two or three more.
I
You may
need you to
not
give me
even
a
use
second
them.
option.
You may not even use them, but I'm
And
bringing
that's
them
fine.
as
And I don't
backup.
and I don't and I don't have I don't have I never have that issue usually. And but that's why I have a 2 week booking, just because of my feeding schedule, and I know what my animals tend to do. Like when they book Capone, I'm never worried about Capone. I'm never worried about Capone. He poops when he poops, and then he goddamn don't shed. Capone, I don't care. He's always been a slow shedder. I don't give a fuck. The boy didn't shed for 6 fuck ass months. Okay, the boy
He
didn't
just did what
shed.
he
I
wanted to
got
do.
him in February. He didn't shed for fucking 6 fucking months. Had me terrified. I thought he was sick as hell. You know what I'm saying? I thought something was wrong with him. He just
Just a slow
don't.
grower. He thought he was
He's
a
a
gaboon
slow
bite.
grower.
I mean,
He's a
a blood python. He thought he was a
I
blood
swear,
python.
I swear, he just don't shed like everybody else. He don't shed. So I don't ever have to worry about him being in blue when anybody want to book him. It's likely he'll never be in shed whenever anybody wants to book him, because he
But
just slow.
yeah.
He damn near 3 years
But to
old
get
and
back
barely
on the
moves.
main topic, I will say this from a retail perspective because I've worked retail my entire life until I started working in education. I don't expect the PR, the marketing, or the CEO of Vans to know what a healthy snake looks like. I don't expect that. I don't expect them to know what stuck shed looks like. So I'm not putting that on them. On that front, on the initial, let's book a snake for this shoot. And I don't expect them to know that because there was some reels that were created too. I don't expect them to know that if you put a hot snake, because the whole thing is snakes are cold blooded. They need to be warm. They
Mhm.
can't be too cold. I don't expect them off the top of their dome to know that if you put a snake on a hot fucking pavement at a skate park, that it's going to stress and freak the fuck out because it may be too hot. I don't expect that from marketing, CEO, HR, PR. I don't expect that. But it was what disappointed me the most about Vans is one, how they handled it at first before it things with the shit. And two, I don't care what animal I don't care what animal you never seen in your life. Every animal that's emaciated looks emaciated.
Yep.
Whether it's a reptile, whether it's a mammal, when you know what a dog looks, skin and bones, you know what a horse looks underweight, you know what a pig looks underweight, you know what a leopard gecko. You can look at a leopard gecko, you can look at a komodo dragon, you can look at a crocodile and an alligator. If they are emaciated, you know.
There's
Stuck
no.
shed, I'll give them that. I'll give them the stuck shed.
I'll give him stuck
But
chat all day. I'll
but
give him
that
stuck chat all
but
day. But
that
when you
snake
can see
with the
bones, you know something
buffalo
ain't right.
ribs, there's no excuse for that. And also, they will ignore every if before they took everything down off the internet. They had three different pages. They had Vans, Van Skate, and Van something else.
Off the
Every
wall.
post, every post that had those snakes in, reptile people were commenting. They ignored every single post except the comments that asked, "Where'd you get the snake from?" They ignored and deleted every post except that, and the only response they have, it's an employee of ours. They said it was healthy.
But that's the problem. So that's why I'm disappointed.
That's what I'm disappointed. The aftermath, how they responded and how they try to ignore everybody and then throw a granted, this person needs to be thrown under the bus, but they try to take no responsibility at all. Like, no,
That's
you
your employee. There's no way that I'm gonna have this kind of backlash. And if I'm a one man band, okay. But if and I know it wouldn't happen, but let's just say I take Bear and I'm like, hey Bear, I can't make this shoot because of X, Y, and Z. You want to give it a shot for me and go for a roll? And somebody tells me that he had them just on the pavement. You ain't never handling a fuck ass thing for me again.
that's why
You ain't
I'm
never handling a fuck ass
and
thing for me again.
and if the owner was at the shoot the entire time and saw that, well, shame on that owner, because motherfucker, a real snake owner would know that a snake dies quicker being overheated than they do freezing.
Right,
They can shut their metabolism down if they too cold. They can
right.
slow their
They
heart rate
can't
if
do
they too cold,
shit.
but they can't do shit overheating.
They can't do nothing. Like we're not we're not playing these type of games. Vans, I'm upset because all I wear is Vans. God damn it.
I
And
know a
I
lot of
didn't
people all they wear is Vans.
and I didn't even
My feet too
realize
fat for that.
I didn't even realize that's what was going on. I saw the post and I saw it and I was like, man, that snake looks skinny. And I didn't even see that it was Vans. You see what I'm saying? I didn't even see
Hmm.
that because of how stuff cuts, pictures and shit.
Yeah,
I didn't even see that it was Vans until TJ posted it on Facebook, and I was like, God damn it, you motherfuckers, you sons of bitches! I've been going off for a week. This shit not cool, man. If
they
you
made
go,
me go in my hard drive and search for the picture I took of coils in my National Geographic van shoes just to show them what a fucking healthy snake looked like. I had to go deep into the archives to find that photo that I took back in 2020.
like, I'm not
Like, what
you.
the fuck?
We're not gonna play these games, dude. Like, y'all. And for those who want to get into the rental business, number one, three things. Number one, get yourself a or just go online. It's not
It's
hard
not
for real,
hard.
for
It's
real.
not hard. You can type
And,
one up
and,
in Word.
and get a waiver. All you
A
have to do
waiver.
is say
Yeah.
that if the snake defecates, if the snake bites,
Peas
or
on your outfit. If it bites, we're
if
not
it,
at fault.
you're not at fault. That's it. You just say you and your company is not responsible if any of those things happen. Okay, that's number one. Number two, make sure you know who you're renting to. And number three, make sure that you or one of your representatives that consistently works with the animals are present at all times during the rental, whatever the
Don't ever
rental is.
leave that snake with them folks by us. First of all, I've been in situations that had I not been there, my snake would have been injured or dead.
Yep.
I've been in situations and photo shoots where the model's great, everything goes well, but my snake had yawned and freaked her out, and she almost threw him. All because he yawned and she saw his mouth move from the corner of her eyes and she freaked out. Luckily, I was right there, and before she could fling him, I grabbed her arms
Right.
and said, "Do not throw him." I said, "He's
Right.
yawning. He's yawning. That's it."
Right.
And she was like, "Whew, okay, I'm so sorry." And she apologized. But it just freaked her out because she's in her mode. She's modeling, doing what she do. She's looking at the camera lens, and just out the corner, she just saw, and Jimmy's head's like this. And so to see a mouth move, I get why she freaked out.
I
But
get it.
had I not been there, had I not been standing off to the side, my boy would have been on the ground.
Right. And I when I first started, those that know that when I first
Yes, what
started,
it do?
Gambit got thrown. My bodyguard. Gambit got thrown. And this was my very first thing that I had ever done with my animals. I was just walking around downtown Kansas City and people were just taking pictures with me or without me, wanting to hold him or just be near him or whatever. And they wanted to take a picture and I handed it to him and
Mm-hmm.
handed him to the guy. And he threw Gambit. I
Mm-hmm.
caught Gambit, but he threw Gambit
And
because
and you can
Gambit
easily break a snake's
moved.
bones. You can easily break their ribs or have them internally bleed out.
Right, and
Internally.
it was all because Gambit moved. He moved because they're not dead. They're alive. They moved. And
Yeah.
he got thrown.
And I've been
So,
in and I've been in situations like you did at that shoot where y'all were in the woods. You're on
mhm,
location somewhere. You're
yeah,
not in the studio, and there have been times where the models was like, "I want to go to that spot over there." Okay, we could go. And sometimes they'll hand them off to me, but sometimes they fall in love with the snakes. They're like, "Can I carry?" I said, "Yeah," but guess what? I'm walking with y'all over there. We going up that
I
hill.
this
We going up that hill. I'm about to be out of breath, but I'm walking up that hill with y'all. I'm
and
never
don't
gonna just let you walk off with my snake.
and also if you're doing rentals and stuff, don't be afraid to tell people no
Yes. And tell
because
them it's for
I,
their safety if they get offended. Be like, it's to protect you, baby.
right. Yeah, you can, but I'm not that nice. I'm telling you that we're not going to that side. If you want my animal to be in that particular, we're not going over there. Because I know for a fact that one of them, like Anubis, likes to climb. If
He'll
he
be
gets
up in that tree.
anywhere near a branch, if he gets anywhere near a branch, he going straight to that branch and he gonna get gone. And I ain't got time. So in protection of the animal, we're not gonna go over there.
Yep.
You can see, you can have them for this area or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Like you if your foundation to step out and do anything else is keeping. That
Hmm.
is your foundation. What I say is that you need to keep for at least a year. And if you got
And,
multiple animals, fine.
at
But you need to
least.
keep for at least a year. Then if you
And you
want to get
need to
into
handle your animals consistently.
for a year, at least a year. And then if you want to step off into the rentals and stuff, just start bringing them to family gatherings and stuff like that,
Start small.
so you can get used to people's reactions, the animals' reactions, and likely your family, whether or not they never want to see your snake again, ain't gonna sue you because
Exactly.
the snake acted a fool. You see what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
Or did something.
Yep, Jafar went to the family reunion one year when he was a baby, and he was great. The kids loved him. The adults was a little freaked out, but the kids loved him. And he proved to me that he can be in any situation. A 4-year-old can hold him, and he will not act a fool.
And my little niece,
And I
that's on
know
my,
that. Yep.
she's my kid tester with all the snakes. She's my
Another
kid
thing, a
tester.
lot of so-called reptile influencers, yeah, because they're not breeders, prey on new breeders or people that's entering the hobby. Yep, you're right,
Yeah,
Ro.
yeah, they do, and they talk shit to them and do all types of shit. So though
Mhm. Or,
that's
or or
I,
or or this way really pissed me off with it was that one guy you put in the group chat who let the snake bite his face
that son of a
from
bitch. I can't
California.
stand
That from
him. Yeah,
California. Yeah.
yeah.
He was one of those idiots that years ago, I don't know if he still do it now because I unfollowed him. He would he would let the YouTubers and the TikTokers do prank videos using snakes to
Yep,
scare people.
yeah.
That's when I unfollowed him. I was like, no, we're not going to use these animals to
Perpetuate a
perpetuate
stereotype.
a stereotype and a fear and have people
Right.
screaming. Ah,
I mean,
no,
I had somebody literally try to book me for a prank, and I was
I
like,
turn
bro,
those down all the time.
that is
I,
100% the opposite of what I do. Did you not read
exactly.
anything? Like, this is how I know you motherfuckers are illiterate. You motherfuckers got selective hearing and selective reading, you sons of bitches.
And not
Like,
and that's why I always say not all money is good money.
facts.
I don't care how much I don't care how much you offer me. I will do a photo shoot for free before I do a prank video with you
Facts.
motherfuckers and get paid.
100%.
I don't believe in that shit.
I don't, when you're not going to book my animals for something that's going to completely
Traumatize somebody.
fuck traumatizing somebody. I could give a fuck less about the human. You can go to therapy. They can't.
That
Okay?
too. But
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
yeah,
for real. And when Gambit got thrown, Gambit didn't fuck with me for 2.5 weeks.
he was traumatized.
Bro,
He was like, I don't
Gambit
trust nobody. I ain't
Gambit's
got
as sweet as pie as he is right now because I worked with him. Gambit was skittish as fuck. You could tell he ain't never been handled. You could tell Gambit ain't never been handled, and I got him at 2 years old. He was already an adult
there are
when I
times.
got him.
Yeah, there are
So I
times
had
when
to break this, grow into this. Now he's just a big old love bug. and then he threw him. And then my baby ain't messing with me for 2.5 weeks. You got me fucked up. Goddamn, kiss my ass.
But now, there are times where I take Jimmy to the park because it's a nice park here in Memphis. I'll take him to the park, and I purposely go away from people. I don't go to people. I purposely
Yep.
go away from people, get a nice little open area where it's just me and him, and people will come to us. Because first they don't know he's real. They think I got like some AI robot or something. And they be like, wait a minute. So they'll creep up and they be like, is that a real snake? And I'll be like, yeah. And then some people, it never fails. It happens every time. There's always one dumb motherfucker who will come up to me and say, hey, if I pay you $10, can you go show my wife she's afraid? No.
No. I don't do
I
that.
said she can come to me. I'm not going to her. I'm not finna traumatize that woman.
Right. Yeah,
We
I'm
do
not,
it right
I'm not,
here. There's a
I'm
reason
not
why. There's a reason why you came to me and she's still 10 miles back there looking.
that.
I'm not finna do that. I'm not. It happened when I took Jafar to the tattoo expo. When I was shooting at the tattoo expo, there was a guy who said, "My dad is definitely terrified. He's over there getting tattooed. Go take it over." I said, "No." I
No.
said, first of all, I'm not gonna freak him out. And knowing if he's as scared as you say he is, he's gonna jump, and that needle is gonna fuck up his tattoo. We're
Right.
not finna have a recipe for disaster. I'm not a part of
Right.
that.
And
That
I'm not finna get,
I
I'm
said,
not
no,
finna.
sir, I can't do that. I said it nicely.
And
I
then
said
they
it with
get,
a smile, but I said, no, sir, can't do that.
and then people really get offended about that. No. I don't know why I don't know, ain't shit funny. Like, there's not a goddamn thing funny. I'm just not that type. Like, I'm just not
Nothing.
that type.
I'm all for comedy. I'm all for a good laugh, but I've never been a fan, not even with snakes, just in general. I've never been a fan of giving someone a heart attack for fun.
Here, now, I
Like
give,
people who hide in the corner and jump out at you. I tell people every time, especially my nieces, I said, one day I'm going to punch you in the fucking face if you do that to me. I don't like that.
right.
Or I'm driving and then all of a sudden
Balance.
I'm driving, all of a sudden somebody scream real loud to get my reaction. Don't do that because we're gonna
Don't
be
do
in
that.
the tree. We're gonna be in the tree because you scream like somebody stabbing you while I'm driving. I don't
Facts.
play that. I don't play that.
I don't do that kind of stuff. Like,
I
if
mean,
I've had several people come up and they're like, hey, my friend is really afraid, or whatever, and I'll tell them they can come to me if they want to see it closer or something like that, because that's what I do.
but I'm not taking my snake to
I'm
them
not
knowing they're
I'm not
afraid.
going
I'm
up
not
there
doing that.
to do that. There's no amount of money that can, because to me that's
Mm-mm.
not right. So
It's not right at all.
that's all I had for the reptiles, Brody.
All right, let's move on to the bullshit.
Oh, okay. All right. Where you want to start?
Whatever topic you want to, I'm down for all of them.
All right, cool. Okay. Well, in honor of Pride Month, it wouldn't be right if we didn't do.
The last Thursday of Pride Month.
Yep,
Yes.
the last one. I got in there. I got in there. I wanted to talk about the acceptance without denial.
Okay.
For And that loops into the whole being the straight supporter thing.
Okay.
So I'm grateful for the folks that are straight that support the community. Thank
Our
you.
allies. Yep.
They're our allies, and without y'all we couldn't make it out here for real. You got to have the enemy on your side to be able to progress. And not that y'all are the enemy, but you get what I'm saying.
But you're kind. Not you're the enemy,
kind.
but you're kind. Your people.
You gotta have the ops.
You gotta have people in your corner.
Right. So I was thinking about. I was like, look, there's so many people out here that don't accept like their family's life choices or whatever. And
I don't even like saying life choices because what we are is not a choice.
Right. Well, lifestyle. I'll say lifestyle. But
because some people use that same terminology against us, like, oh, you can choose to be gay. No, baby.
Right. No, you're right. But
I probably chose to be out, but I didn't choose to be gay.
Yeah, I chose to be out. That was a choice. Because Lord, at this point, it might have been.
Lord, I could have been married to a man so long ago.
Yeah, I could have probably had a whole good pension by now. Good retirement plan by now. But
Oh,
for those that are struggling with like their religion, right? You can accept without denying your religion. The acceptance part isn't the sexuality. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to accept the sexuality, but what you do have to do is accept the person. Their sexuality didn't change the person. You know what I'm saying? Because the person was already this way, whether or not you knew that they were gay or trans or lesbian or bisexual or whatever, the person didn't change. The person was always the same. You do not have to deny the person. You see what I'm saying? Am I still here?
yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm
Oh,
letting you
okay.
talk. No, but
Shit, shit. You scared me. Shit. I was like, oh shit. All the technical difficulties.
now, when people talk about religion, my ears perk up, and I want to hear exactly what you say instead of just because I'm very reactive. I'm very
Right.
reactive when it comes to the cult and the religions and stuff like that. So I was just listening attentively to
Right.
what you were saying.
No, I'm with you. You don't have to deny your religion by accepting the person, because at the foundation, no matter what nobody fucking says, no matter what your spirituality is, what your religious belief is, or whatever, it says to love your fucking neighbor. God damn it, you're Christian and you start hating because of their lifestyle. That is fundamentally incorrect, according to the tone that you follow. Not
And my
saying that
thing
it
is, my thing is, religion itself is a choice. We weren't given this religion;
right,
it
right,
was a choice. You
right.
choose to be Muslim, you choose to be a Christian, you choose to be Catholic. Granted, there are some as far as Catholics and Muslims, there are some culture things
Mm,
components to it as well, but
right,
for the most part, what you do spiritually in your life or lack thereof, because you can choose to be an atheist or an agnostic, that's
mhm,
your choice.
right,
That's your free. God gives you free will to choose what you want to believe. If you want to believe in Jesus Christ, sure. If you want to believe in Allah, sure. If you believe that all the gods are the same, we just have multiple names, that's cool too. But that's a choice. Me
right,
being born in my skin, and me being born attracted to who I'm attracted to, and me being born feeling a certain way, that wasn't a choice. I didn't just wake up one day and say, "Ooh, I want to be a trans man."
right. No, and
It
I
was
agree.
never
And,
that.
and my whole basis on that is that you that doesn't change your person. Whoever
Exactly.
that person was is still the same person because they've been this
Mhm.
way since they've been here. My only choice that I made was two choices. My first choice was to come out. My second choice was I chose to date men, knowing good and goddamn well I ain't want 'em. I
Exactly.
I
Exactly.
chose to date men.
Every boyfriend
I
I ever had was
actively
a
had
choice.
to choose to date that man. I
It
actively
was miserable as fuck.
was miserable as a bitch. I was in a whole engaged, or not engaged. Well, yes, it was an engagement. I was in an arranged marriage. Culturally, I was in an arranged marriage and was choosing every day, knowing that I was in an arranged marriage, that I was going to choose to marry this man and choose to be with him. He
Knowing
broke
in
it
your
off
heart
because I
you
was
didn't want
miserable.
this.
He
Exactly.
broke it off,
He knew.
which
He knew that you
which is
that this was it.
culturally he, which culturally speaking, Polynesian men earn their tattoos. Everybody earns their tattoos. But what people don't realize is that the men don't really have much of a choice when it comes when it's that traditional. Men
Mhm.
don't have the choice. The choice is with the women.
Exactly, Banner. My family all said they knew when I finally came out. They were just waiting on me.
It's that same thing to me. they, they were more surprised that I came out because I was just going through the motions. Like they were like, okay, well, I guess she just going. All right.
Just gonna ride this
So
thing out.
he had to do the man that I was in an arranged marriage with had to do so much more because he chose, because he's not supposed to break it off. If anybody's gonna break it off, the woman's supposed to break it off.
Mm.
So he had to go through so much more turmoil because he did what was right in support of
Of you.
somebody he cared about.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep. He made that sacrifice because he knew had he made you make a sacrifice and marry him, that y'all weren't gonna be happy.
No, we
And that was
weren't gonna.
gonna hurt
We
you
we would
ultimately.
still be the best of friends the way that we are now. We would still be very,
Yeah.
very good friends, but I would have been miserable. We would have been living a
Yeah.
whole double life, and what's the point? You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. You'll be cheating the
But
whole way.
a whole double life, and what's the point? For what? So you don't. You can accept your person without denying your religion. You can do it. You just have to come
It's
to terms
possible.
with doing
It's
it.
very possible.
You just have to come to terms with doing it. But
Mhm.
if you gonna do by the Bible or do by the tome or do whatever, do by whatever. Every religion, every spirituality has the golden rule. Treat those the way you want to be
Want to be
treated.
treated. Yep.
And if you wouldn't want somebody to ostracize you, for example, keeping snakes, then don't ostracize your person for something that is truly in them. It is truly in you to keep snakes, and you don't want to be ostracized for that. Don't
Until
ostracize
yep.
somebody for what's truly in them, because then none
Until
of
you
us.
yep.
Because if I could had a choice to be born the way that I could be born to succeed in this life, I would have been a white man. I would have been a white man. I would
Until
have.
my I
Uh,
mean, I think we all would for the privilege, honestly.
but that's what I'm saying. If I would have chose to not have an issue in this life, right? If I had a choice to,
To
if
not have
they
to suffer
to not have to
unnecessarily.
suffer and be ridiculed and have to deal with a whole bunch of extra shit, I would have chose to be a heterosexual white man with blue eyes. We can go all the way down to the eye color. I would have chose that before I chose this, because I don't know about anybody else. But if you had a choice of getting $1 million right now with no repercussions, you would choose to pick up the $1 million, right? Okay. You see what I'm saying? Same difference.
Mhm. And I will say this to all the family members, because I'm pretty sure I have people who follow me on social media but don't say shit. So if you stumble across this video, I just have a little PSA. Using he, him pronouns for me or using my name, Elias, is not going to send you to hell. Who I fuck is not going to send you to hell. Who I choose to marry will not send you to hell. When I chop these moobs off, and if I decide to get bottom surgery and get something added on, it will not send you to hell. So accepting me as a trans man should not be that fucking hard, because what I do with my life and my body will not affect you. If you believe your God is going to punish you for my choices, then you're worshiping the wrong God.
That's it. Yeah.
Respectfully.
Yeah. Respectfully.
Respectfully.
Yeah. If that's what it comes down to, then
If
maybe
my
we need to look.
so-called quote unquote sins, if my so-called sins is affecting your soul, then you're part of the wrong religion, baby.
That don't sound right.
That don't
I don't
sound
know.
right to me. That don't
I
sound
don't
right to
know
me.
any religion that does that for people,
I
and
do
people
have a
don't.
GoFundMe, but I don't share it because I'm a prideful person. You know, there are
No,
people who
no, no,
are fighting
Elias,
real.
Elias, you didn't read that
Look,
right, bro. It said,
oh,
"Can
hold
people
on.
donate moves to the itty bitty titty committee?"
I
For
thought she
those,
was saying, can people donate to my thing? Because I do have a
no,
GoFundMe. I just
wrong
don't
one,
share it.
wrong way, wrong way.
Look, I'm pretty sure if
I
you go to
honest to
whatever
God, look,
surgeon I go
I tell
to, they
everybody.
look, they can take them off. Now, Banner, my move's gonna be a little dark, but they can put
Look,
them on.
hey,
They
I
can
tell
take them off.
everybody, if I had the capability of giving these motherfuckers, just wait till I get good and small the way I want. Y'all can take these motherfuckers. People think that having big breasts is the way to go, or having big moves or breasts, big breasts.
It
Look,
sucks. My back hurts.
42 triple D. I ain't made 42 triple D. These motherfuckers are happy in the summertime. Let me tell you
Baby,
something. It
let me
ain't all
tell
it's
you.
cracked up to be.
Let me tell you, I had to get updated on some new slings. That's why I don't like to call them bras. They slings. My new
Right.
slings. I'm in the J's, motherfucker.
See,
I
you
didn't
see
know
what I'm
they go
talking
up.
about? It's
I didn't
not
know
all
they
it's
go up
cracked
that
up to
far.
be.
I didn't know they
Y'all
go up
think
that
this shit
far.
is fun. This shit is not
My
fun.
back fucking hurts.
It's
Y'all
not
can
fun.
have. You can have A, B, C, D, E, and G. I want all these off.
God damn, it's not fun. It's not
It's
fun.
not fun. It's not fun at all you men that are boob people. Mm-mm. Yeah, they're
Hey,
fun. They're fun to
appreciate.
lay on. They're
Hey,
fun
hey,
to lay
man.
on. They're fun to
If you
squeeze.
like big titty,
But
you better appreciate them because
they
they
got to
are
go.
struggling out here. And I'm gonna tell you
They got
first.
to go.
All right. So that's what I had to say about that. You good on
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I'm good on that topic. Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get my big rant out the way, bitch. LGBT, goddamn it, the L comes first for a reason. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting lesbians in this motherfucking shit. Let me tell you something. Lesbians were the only ones that's been out here on the front lines for all of you motherfuckers since the dawn of when we decided this was jumping off, bitch. I'm so sick of y'all acting. I want my shit too. I want my shit too. Gay men got
Right there.
everything.
Me too.
Trans men got everything. Trans folk got everything. Bisexuals got everything. Lesbians ain't got shit. And I'm sick of
What do
it.
you mean? What do you mean by we got everything, baby?
Okay, okay, okay,
I need you to specify.
okay.
Use
All right. Okay.
examples.
I'm gonna specify. Okay. Look, I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it like this, right?
Okay.
Okay. When a lesbian community makes a complaint, you don't see nobody the fuck else backing them up. Just a bunch of lesbians.
Okay.
You don't see nobody else backing up lesbians and nothing.
I
We
can
don't
see
get
that.
that support
I
from
can
the
see that.
community. But consistently, the community gets the support from us.
Mm-hmm.
We're the ones saying that trans men exist, trans women exist, trans men do this, trans men do that, or trans women. The trans community gets all the respect from any other part of the community. The non-binary
Uh,
part, who? Because we can call them out. Who don't?
uh,
I haven't personally seen it.
I'm gonna be honest, Maki. No, I get what you're saying, and we're not gonna make this a debate. I agree 100% what you're saying. But I think most of those issues are a race issue because, and I say that because the white lesbians
Mm-hmm.
are the biggest bullies of trans folks.
Okay, yeah, okay, all right, yeah,
And
no, yeah.
I think it's more of a race thing than it is the alphabet gang. The white men have been discriminatory and hateful to a lot of the trans folks, especially trans women. So I think it's more. I don't know. I don't follow. Look, I don't follow a lot of LGBT influencers
Mm-hmm.
or YouTubers or TikToks. I'm very selective in who I follow because a lot of people I follow when I first came out of the closet are very problematic Republican conservatives now. So
Mm-hmm.
I had to purge all my social medias of that shit because I was like, "Oh, you're the ops." So I was like, I had to purge everything and I stopped following everything gay related, LGBT related. So the only gay folks I follow are reptile people. So I'm out the loop of a lot of things, but on Twitter, the most hateful shit I see is always the white girls going after the trans folks and the white gay boys going after the trans folks. Calling
Okay.
them delusional, saying they this, they that. Keep trans women out of our spaces. Lesbians be like, keep trans women out of our spaces. These are for real women, women who can give birth and yada yada yada. So it's like that's what I see a
Mm.
lot of. But I also see what you see, where lesbians get the short end of the stick. But most of the lesbians I see get the short end of the sticks are the black ones or the Hispanics, the people of color.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, for sure. That's always gonna be a thing. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah, that's what
until
I
the end
see
of
a
time.
lot. That's what always hits my view, even
I
when I'm
just
not even looking for it.
in general, lesbians being a lesbian, like period, just being a lesbian, we don't get the same backing in the
Hmm.
in the
I
community.
can agree with that.
Like
Yeah.
if we have an issue, we don't we don't we don't have we're constantly the game. Even just when you out with your friends, you see what I'm
Yep.
saying? Even when you just out with your friends and a motherfucker walk up to your lesbian friend, it's always a kiki and a ha ha. No, it's not
Yep.
fucking funny. It's not, because if a woman walked up to the gay man,
Right, Shauna?
you'd have a problem with that.
Look, y'all,
If
look, they
somebody
gonna
if
always look, white women, I'm sorry, y'all, but y'all gonna forever be public enemy number one ever since Emmett Till. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't trust none of y'all. I don't. Well, I don't say I don't trust none of y'all. Like my niece Banner and people in the reptile community, the allies, the good people. I love y'all. I trust y'all. But if I'm just walking the street, y'all know the stereotype where a white lady cross the street and it's a black man walking by, she hold on to her purse. That's how I feel about white women. When white women
Hey,
walk
I
by
ain't
me in
gonna
the
lie.
street, I
I ain't
walk
gonna
the other
lie.
way. I be like,
I
that
ain't
bitch
even
gonna
gonna
lie
hold
and
you.
say
I
that I
feel
did
that way because
something.
I'm like, any moment I'm gonna run into a Karen. I ran into a Karen at the damn doctor's office.
Exactly. I'm like, a Karen is gonna call the police on me just for walking down my own neighborhood. That's
Bro,
what
no,
I'm
man,
afraid
I
of.
was
That's what I'm scared of.
it irritated the fuck out of me. This could goddamn Karen pissed me smooth the fuck off. I stopped speaking English.
Every time I go to the grocery store, I'm freaked out. Like, please don't let no woman carry me around here.
Man, I'm
I ain't
telling you,
got
man,
time.
man, she had the nerve to ask me. She said, "Oh, well, your tattoos are really cool. They look like my husband's tribal." And so he gets to lifting up his shirt. And I'm like, oh, yeah, no, mine are traditional tribal. I'm originally from Honolulu, Hawaii. You know?
I'm a real one. I'm a real one. Unlike your husband who's faking it, who's
And I was like, no,
appropriating it.
mine are traditional Polynesian tribal tattoos. So,
What
look,
up,
there's
Rock?
Rock. What up, Rock? On
He
the new
must
shit.
just got off work.
Hey, if you ain't following him, make sure you go subscribe to the Surfing Nerd. That is Rock's new dedicated official, YouTube channel. So make sure that you go support my bro.
But yeah, I
Um,
feel you on that one. I feel you on that one. You are 100% right. Lesbians do get like the
like I'm tired.
short
I'm
end of the stick.
tired of making it a joke. It's not a fucking joke. Lesbians really don't like men. Lesbians really don't like
Oh
men.
yeah, I
And
hate
I'm
that.
tired of the
Well,
we're
she can't
saying,
right now. She's on her phone. Rock.
oh, I made him blue.
Okay.
I made him blue.
Okay, cool.
Well, it should have done it. Try again, Rock. See if it fixes it. There we go. See, yeah. All right.
That even
So,
irritates me, and I'm not even a lesbian. Where men be like, "Oh, I can fuck you or whatever," because I've had that happen to me. Now, granted, a lot of men don't know that I'm bi, and that when
right,
it comes to sex, I'm down for whatever. But the thing is that they assume that they can turn me. They don't get that's another. I'll do this rant later on about people not respecting bi people and saying that bi people are valid. You're either straight or you're gay. Like
right,
no, like
right.
they feel like they could turn me, baby. I could turn you. I can have you second guess whether you're straight by the end of the night. You like, dang, did I fuck a woman or did I fuck a man? I have no idea. But it's just like
I
that
have no.
irritates me. That irritates me as a bisexual. So I know it irritates lesbians when men
Right,
come up and be like, oh, I can change you or whatever.
and
That's so
and
annoying.
my thing is like when I go out with a group of my friends, it's crazy how my straight heterosexual brother will check a motherfucker about anybody in the community when it comes to
Was
me. He
trying
didn't check motherfucker. Like, look, J Buggy the other day didn't
J
realize that
Bug
you
is
were
a fuck.
trans. He didn't realize that you were trans. It just didn't click to him. And he
Yeah.
was like,
I
damn, I
mean, these
just
kind of make it hard.
no, it wasn't even that. He just thought that you were a stud. And I was like, no, he was like, oh shit, that's why you keep saying trans bro alive. Oh shit. Oh fuck. God damn. And he felt really bad about it. He felt
Aw.
really bad about it. He was like, I didn't know. I didn't because he said like he like
Aw.
he like he says he when he speaks about you. You see what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But he's thinking like, oh stud bro. You see what
Oh,
I'm
when you
saying?
say
That's how he
bro,
was
he's thinking like
associated.
stud, bro. Yeah.
Right. He wasn't saying he like, oh he. And it didn't click. because
Right.
he knows like he's got other stud friends, but he has a stud sister that
Mm-hmm.
doesn't do the whole bro thing unless I'm around other studs or trans
Yeah.
bros or whatever. I'm not nobody's bro. I'm
Yeah.
everybody's sis. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? I'm one of them type of studs. So it was one of them things. So it's sad that when I'm going out and we go out, he'll check a motherfucker before my gay best my GBF
The
will
the gays will. Yep.
before the gay man will. Like
Yep.
it's sad, bitch. You in this with
Look,
me?
look. I've been to two different prides. Two different prides. I This is a perfect example of what you're talking about. I'm wearing trans gear. I'm wearing the colors. I'm wearing the colors. I have the wristband.
Mm-hmm.
I have everything that screams this is a trans person. And instead of just simply Xing my pronouns or simply Xing, if you're confused, because yes, I do have a big chest. If you're confused, I'm giving you the billboard. I'm a walking billboard that
Right,
says I am trans. I have
right,
the jersey. I have everything. And even at Pride, the gay men, how many gay men use she, her pronouns? The women got it. Every woman got it, whether they were gay, bi, whatever. They immediately, hey, bro, hey, what's your name? Elias. Oh, what's up, Elias? uh this is your first pride. Oh, this is his first pride in Nashville. Like they used it just like that. But the men, they just saw titties. It was like, oh, hey girl. They gave me a hey girl, bitch.
I'm
Like, I'm so confused. I got so misgendered at pride by gay men. It was unreal.
I'm not
Even after I told them my name, it was like, what the fuck?
rock calling you out.
My bad. Look, I gotta still pay Candy for all the giveaway merch. You gonna have to wait, Rock. Wait your turn. The giveaway is first. That's priority. Once I
Um,
finish paying off my debt, then I got you.
that's all I had about. That was my whole rant about the lesbian thing. Like you, as a
Yeah, I feel
community,
you.
you got to start sticking with the lesbians. Start checking motherfuckers about lesbians, like for real, because it's out of
And
pocket. And there's
protect your
no reason.
own. It protect your own. We're all part of the same community, the LGBT. If someone says anything biphobic, I'm gonna check their ass. If anybody say anything homophobic, I'm gonna check their ass. If anybody looks at a pansexual person and be like, "Ugh, that freak don't know what they want," I'm gonna check your ass and
Oh,
put you
I'm
straight.
checking. Like
Like
I'm
I'm protecting everybody, not
like
just myself.
I'm so sick of being the token lesbian friend that they know they can get some shit jumped off with, but y'all not doing the same for your lesbian friend. Like we
Yep.
have consent from history. Lesbians have been the ones backing everybody the fuck
And
else.
black trans women too.
And black
They
trans women,
always get neglected and abused, but they've been on the front line too. They be sticking up for lesbians while lesbians kicking their back in. Again, it's the white ones. I'm telling you, it's the Caucasian. But the black trans woman will defend a white lesbian tooth and nail, and the white lesbian will let somebody kill a black trans woman without batting an eye. I've seen it online. I've seen the Discord. Like they will not. I don't understand. It confuses me.
it baffles me. It truly
It
does.
baffles me.
So my next two topics, I'm gonna talk about this masculine abuse now
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
don't want to end on
I'm
anything
over. Yeah,
too
I'm over it because
too heavy.
the news that's been circulating about these trans men getting their ass kicked is breaking my heart, and I'm over it.
You 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 men and you masculine presenting folks y'all got to stop. It's okay. There's nothing to be ashamed about, bro. Like I'm telling you, if you are not safe in your household and that woman is doing something crazy to you, bro, hold that
Love you
woman
too, Chris.
accountable. Hold that woman accountable. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I don't care. Yeah, yeah. I don't care about no. I don't care about nobody teasing you, nobody talking shit about you, saying you less of a man because you're speaking out against abuse. Now, speak out, because there are some toxic women in this world that don't have any accountability. Like with the whole Amber Heard Johnny Depp shit. Johnny was
Yeah.
guilty the moment Amber Heard made the accusation. But then when videos start coming out, when witnesses start coming out, when all this other stuff start coming out with her physically beating his ass, and not just his, but
Okay.
every partner that she's ever been with, and then all of a sudden the women are like, ah, well, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. They were making excuses for the bitch, and there were evidence. We have no evidence of Johnny here, no, but we have
Yeah.
all the evidence of her beating his ass.
Right. Hold on. I'm trying to. I'm trying to. Okay. So Shauna asks, do you think maybe in some ways others think lesbians have it easier because people apart more because people are more accepting of lavish than others in the Hold on. Okay, Shauna, I ain't quite got it.
I think I do. I think I do get it. Well, there's a lot of reasons why.
Yes, she did. Amber Heard is a piece of shit. That
Yeah,
bitch.
she's a piece of shit. There are some. There are many factors to why people are more accepting of lesbians or think that they have a better life than others.
You want to know
Um,
why? Do you want to know the real reason why people are more accepting of lesbians?
I
You
know why. I know why.
People are more accepting of lesbians, and let's be really specific here. Let's
Film
just be
and film,
real
film
specific.
and film only.
It's only two feminine women that
It's never,
people.
yeah,
Yep, it's only two feminine women that people are more accepting of. It's not the
because it
stud
turns them
or the
on.
butch. Damn it, what
I'm sorry.
Elias said. It's been
I'm
presented.
sorry. I'm sorry.
It's a fantasy. It's a generalized fantasy that every masculine man, every heterosexual man has this thing, and it's been going since the dawn of time with concubines and all this other shit. You can take this back way back in history. It is an
Yep.
almost ingrained fantasy that two women at the same time is a thing. And I'm not saying that all men are like that. I'm saying societally, it is an ingrained fantasy. Now, whether or
Yep.
not you grow up out of that is different. Whether or not you grow up and you get out of that mindset is different. I'm not saying every man,
We're not
but
saying every man bear. If it does not apply, let it fly, motherfucker. Go get an animal.
no, I'm not saying all men. Listen to what I'm saying. It is societally ingrained.
It's ingrained in all of us.
Societally ingrained
The pretty
that
feminine
more
women that wear their little skirt, their little dresses and skirts together and have their purses and their little dogs is a lot sexier than having someone like Maki with Deja or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
it's societally ingrained. Okay, all right, okay. You disagree, Bear, and I'm open. It's
I'm
cool.
Bear. We're part of the community. We see the hate. We know what it is. We
I'm
know what it is.
and it comes to it's just and I'm not saying that you yourself think that way. I'm saying it's a societal thing.
That's
I'm
what we're
not saying
saying.
that the person does. I'm saying that it's like it's societally ingrained that in order to be treated like a woman, you have to be feminine. That's
Cause
a
look,
societal
I have
ingredient.
a I have a perfect example.
Go ahead.
Because it's even in our own communities. It's even in our own communities. I see it on
Yeah,
Facebook all the time.
yeah.
Let it be a picture of a stud and a stud together.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was getting ready to touch on that. I was just about to say
Let
it.
it be, let it be a picture of even T for T relationships. If a
Mhm.
trans man and a trans woman get together, or two trans men get together, then all of a sudden it's weird. It's a freak. It's yada yada yada. But let it
Right,
just be two feminine females.
right.
Ain't
So
no problem.
That's what I was gonna say, Shauna. That's what I was
So that's
saying. Is
why,
that
yeah,
lesbians don't get that backing because of that societal thing that society has come to
people
this.
think that they hide. They
This
ain't got
is
nothing to
what's
worry about.
perpetuated.
Yep.
So, but I'm not even talking. I'm not even, and that is not my fight. That is the straight fight. That is the straight side of that fight. That's why we don't get no support or backing from the straight side. I'm not talking about the straight side. I'm talking about the LG
Uh-uh.
Leviticus. I'm talking about the motherfuckers that want the same shit, that know better. Because you're not ignorant. Because you're in this, you're not ignorant. You know because you in it. Y'all not in it. Straight folk ain't in it. So y'all don't know. Y'all are ignorant. You can teach out of ignorance. You cannot teach out of
I
stupidity.
tell you this. I tell you this. There is some websites or some apps, pretty popular, like the Grinder and of the worlds and stuff. If you were to just take a little peek in there, it will show you that gay people, and when I say gay people, I don't just mean man and man, I mean the whole LGBT crew, are some of the most racist, homophobic, and transphobic people. They hate their own. There are
Big.
gay men who hate the flamboyance. They like, man,
Oh,
why
they
can't
hate. Oh yeah. Oh
they
yeah.
hate the gay?
Yeah.
There are gay men that hate the gay men who wear nail polish
Oh yeah. Yeah.
or put on makeup.
That's a
There,
thing.
there's this whole thing: no fats, no films, no
Yeah.
all this, no blacks. They
Yeah.
literally say that on Grinder. Do not message me if you're black. Do not message me if you're fat. Do not message me if you're feminine.
Hmm.
And these is gay
But that.
men.
So that
This
was
is
the other.
gay
So that
men.
was. So
So
that's
it's
what I
like,
meant by lesbians don't get no goddamn respect. And when I said that the trans men and the gay men have everything, that's what I meant. We ain't got a fucking app. Our apps are so disrespectful. Bumble was a lesbian app.
we got to infiltrate the gay industry apps.
No, 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 no. What I'm saying is, you will have more luck if you build, right.
Mm-hmm.
If you yourself, let's just say you had some money, right? You had some funds, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you decided that you were gonna go through and make a trans only app.
Yeah.
You would get more backing.
Well, yeah, that's true. I ain't gonna lie.
You
That is
you
true.
see what I'm saying? You
That
see
is
what I'm
true.
saying? If you decided that I'm gonna make a trans only app, if you're not T at all, if you're not, there's nobody else allowed. You see what I'm saying? Nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not trans, don't get on that. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You would have more backing in that.
That's true.
But Bumble was, and it's like lesbians don't have any safe place, right?
Yeah.
Because everybody want to start coming at this. Okay, all right, look, everybody's got preference, right? You got your preference. Me and
Mm-hmm.
you're about the only person that understands that I'm not doing a date trans person. I'm not, and you're about the only person that's like, that's not transphobic. That's my preference. That's not happening. Okay, it's just like saying I'm not attracted to white folks, white women. I'm not. I like melanin. It's not because of that. It's not what I'm attracted to. It's not saying that it would never, absolutely never happen,
Right.
because I
Look.
don't make it a hateful thing. It's not hateful. You see what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? I'm not saying I could never, date a white woman. It's possible. It's possible that it could happen. I don't foresee it happening. I don't
Me
foresee
neither. And
it.
I've had some white women that I've crushed on.
Oh yeah, I've
But
had a lot
but
of
at the
them. I
same
got a couple
time,
of them.
but
I
at the
got a
same
couple
time,
of them.
to piggyback what I said last time, I'm also afraid of them. We get into an argument, the bitch gonna call the cops on me, and I'm dead. Like, so I'd rather deal with my own.
So like it's that's not a thing. But I'm saying, like, if you decided that man, I would actually date now. I've
Shut
actually
up.
dated an albino woman. I didn't. It's not the skin tone. The other shit. I don't know what it is. It's something about the features. It just made sense to me. But she was an albino
Oh
woman.
God,
Anyway,
I'm dead.
anyway,
Shut up.
that's what I mean by lesbians don't have no respect in the community, because you can make a trans app and be perfectly fine. It seems like everything that is supposed to be lesbian specific has to then become completely all inclusive. You
Yep,
see what I'm saying?
infiltrate. The straights gotta come in.
Right.
Everybody.
Straight people gotta come in, bisexuals gotta come in, trans folks gotta come in, gay boys are on there, and then you got, of course, you're gonna have to deal with somebody making a fake profile to troll. But
Yeah.
but why is it that we don't got no space like they got Grinder? Like everybody knows, if you not a man, you don't get on Grinder. Why is it that everybody can't know that if you not an actual fucking lesbian, not bisexual, not pansexual, not none of that, if you not a fucking lesbian, don't come over here? Why is that not a thing? And then everybody just, well, it's not inclusive. The fuck it's not. No, the fuck it's not. No, the fuck it's not, because we don't have nothing anyway. This is our one time. This is our one off. Tiny started that way, and then they got a bunch of flags, so now it's all
Yep.
inclusive.
Yep.
Tiny started
I
that way
remember when that
first.
app happened. Yep, I remember when that app happened. I was happy for y'all that y'all got
Bro,
y'all.
I was
It
living
did
in
not
my
last.
best days, bro.
It did not
They
last.
had group chats. They had group chats. Like they had group chats for studs and whatever fucking flavor of lesbian they had it. They had it, boy. They had your lesbian. It was Build-A-Bear fucking workshop for lesbians. And then the motherfucking, okay, I don't want to say it like that. But then the trans folks decided that it wasn't all inclusive and it went to hell. Like we were good for a
I'm gonna
second.
leave that between. I'm gonna leave that between because I tried to get into the discourse of lesbians versus trans women. I'm gonna stay out of it. For
And I
my mental
respect that.
health, I'm gonna stay. For my mental health, I'm gonna stay out of it. I'm
No, and
sorry.
I'm with you, and I'm not. But it. What is the F? What?
But then again, I am. You bet. Oh, somebody called. Oh Lord, who's calling Maki? You're messing up the thing. She's on the podcast. Uh, but yeah, what the F is Grinder? Grinder is an app where gay men go and meet, and even bisexual men and sometimes trans men go to meet and say, "Hey, you want to hook up?" It's not even a dating app. Somebody called you, didn't it? You're gonna have to go out and come back in. Exit out and come back in, cause we can't hear you. Anyways, yes, this new dating world is scary, Bear. I agree. This is why I choose to stay single, at least until I have my surgeries. Once I have my surgeries and I got this chest that ladies can rub their hands on, then I'll get back in the dating pool. But it's crazy. But even when I do decide to get back in the dating pool, as much as I really want a relationship, I know that these new girls out here ain't for that. And so, and I see how they be acting, treating y'all men, y'all straight men and stuff. I decided to just, just use them to have fun. We could be buddies with benefits. We could be homies. You come to the house, we get some loving, and then you dip out. But yeah, this new dating pool, the dating world is crazy. I can hear you now.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got an echo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how to leave over here without leaving over here.
I think if you're logged in to here, you'll be fine exiting out on the phone.
It only gives me the option to end.
Oh, never mind. Well,
Yeah.
just put that on silent. The echo's gone, so it ain't no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, the echo's gone, so we good.
Yeah. This.
But yeah, let's not do that. I don't want you to
I don't want
end the
to
podcast
end the
yet.
damn. This son of a bitch.
Deja said, I swear it's like a man hitting on me, sir. I appreciate the compliment, but not interested. Said douchebag, oh, you stuck up mine. And a lot of times, Grant, to piggyback off abuse, a lot of times women are getting hit, shot, stabbed just for saying no thank you. When
Right.
they're out and the guy asks for their number. It's dangerous out here. People are unhinged. Sorry to use your name, Chris, unhinged and untamed, but people are literally unhinged
Thoroughly.
to where a not a I can understand actually I still can't understand because I think it's stupid to get mad about this, but even if the bitch says, boy, bye, shut the fuck up, leave me alone, ugh, you ugly. I get that. I get you might be in your emotions for that. But if you say, no, thank you, or I'm in a relationship, or sorry, thank you, but I'm taken. Even if you do something, even if you break their ego down softly, you still get attacked, or you get called a bitch, or it's crazy. It's dangerous out here. Why would I want to go on a date with you now that you say, oh, fuck you, bitch?
Why the hell am I so blurry?
You're not blurry on my end.
I'm blurry on the TV.
It's probably the internet connection. I don't know.
I fucking hate it here. I'm so
Hey,
sick.
hey. You look good right here from my perspective.
All right, I look good. Baby,
Yeah.
I look handsome. Tell me in the comments.
But everybody, yes, everybody's fragile.
point.
Everybody's fragile around here. And that's why I just stay single. I like this single life. I'm at peace. If I get horny, I can call somebody. But I can Uber eat something. But I just being in a relationship, asking for their number, even dating. I hate small talk. Small talk gets on my fucking nerves. I know you have to have it to get to know people, but all my friendships, and even past relationships came from not small talk. Like it never came from small talk. None of them. I literally remember when I moved to Florida to go work at Disney, and I was standing outside the apartment complex waiting to get my keys and my placement. And this, I love her. She's still my friend to this day. I love her. Her name's Jordan. This little short white girl looked at me and said, "Hey, we're gonna be best friends. Let's go eat sushi once we move into our apartments." I was like, okay, and that's how the friendship started. Like there was no spot. She just literally came up to me and said, "We're gonna be best friends. As soon as you move into your apartment, let's go get sushi." And that was it. Like that's how my life goes. This whole let me get your number. Let's text for a couple of days. No, every encounter, every Uber Eats or date or relationship is because shit just happens. I meet somebody and it's just random. It just happens. Every relationship, it just happens, just random. Like, oh, I'm your partner now. Okay, cool. Like people just tell me, hey, we go together. Like I just be put in situations. Hey, we friends now. Like I'm sorry, I don't do small talk. I don't like small talk.
Most of my friendships.
But I don't know why I'm not that cute. I mean, I think I'm handsome, but it's like I don't know why people do that. I don't know why people do that. They just come and tell me what we are. They just come and tell me what we are. I'd be like, okay. Like all my friends at Target. Like there were guys that I was very, I did not like them like that, but I was in the mood. And they would just say, "Hey, after work, you want to go?" Yeah. And that's like I don't do small talk. Small talk is boring to me. I would rather text y'all in the group chat, and to me, that's a conversation. But if you were to call me and say, "Hey, bro, how you doing? What you doing today?" Yeah, that bores me to death. You better come to me with what you want to talk about. If you want to talk, Mikey, if you are sad and depressed, I want you to call me and say, "Yo, bro, I just need an event." Okay, cool. We in there.
I mean, that's kind of how I do things anyway.
But if you call me and say, "Hey, what you doing? How's your day been?" That's gonna irritate the fuck out of me, and I might hang up on you. That's why I don't date. Because shit like that irritates me. I like, tell me what you want.
See, and you know what's interesting? We're polar opposites in that, because I hate I think there's a level of small talk though, right? So like I need some level of small. You have to have some degree of small talk to be able to hold a conversation, because motherfuckers just come at you crazy.
No. Well, yes. I don't know.
Like I'm one of them type of people. Look, me and Deja are together now because we stayed on the phone all fucking night, getting to know each other. Like I need that.
Let me clarify. Let me clarify the getting to know each other stage. What irritates me and irks me the most, I guess, because when I'm dating and I'm trying to get to know people, usually when people date, they talk to multiple people at one time till they decide, okay, this is the person I really, really like. And I'm gonna cut all them off. So if I'm going on a couple of dates, I'm tired of repeating the same thing. I hate it sounding like a job interview.
You're an exclusive dater. You're an exclusive dater. That's all that is.
No, I hate when it sounds like a job interview. That's what I hate.
I'm with you.
Now if I meet a girl and let's just say I'm out in public, because this literally what happens to me when I get into situations. We end up talking or getting to know each other off some dumb shit. Like I remember I hooked up with a girl. You know how we met? I was at the theme parks back when I was working at Disney in a line. And someone overheard me talking about some geek shit. I was talking about some Marvel shit. Yep. And then they decided to debate me over some Marvel shit.
Yep, I've had
and
that.
Next thing you know, we fucking. So it's like,
next thing you know,
that's how my conversations go. We end up automatically
we fucking in the parking lot.
we automatically in the deep conversation stage. I hate what's your favorite color? What you like to eat?
Yeah,
what do you like to do when you're bored? That shit I hate. That's the shit I hate.
Come to me.
Yeah, come to me. I like a girl to come to me and say, hey, I'm into this shit. What are you into? Or let's just debate some shit. You can get some loving out of me if we have a good ass debate. If we argue first. If you say, hey, your shoes is ugly, you need to get this, I'll be like, oh, okay. And we start joking with each other. Next thing you know, we loving each other. That's how I feel. Or we best of friends. Or we're the best of friends.
That's fair. I feel you on that. No, actually, now I think about it, because that's how Deja got in my inbox in the first place, was because I was talking shit.
Exactly.
I was talking shit about motherfucking, what did I say? I said something about something. Even my reptile friends, my reptile community, everybody that I'm cool with, everything started either we talking some shit in the chats of Key's podcast or some other podcasts, or when we used to be a part of that group on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Somebody posted something and we all in the comments. That's how our relationships and friendships started. No,
they didn't start with no small talk shit. What's your favorite color? What's your sign? And all the other shit.
Man, I debated you about you winning some shit on Nicole shit. Because I'm like, how the fuck you always winning some shit? And I ain't never won a goddamn thing. I'm tired of you, Elias. You ain't allowed to be in the next giveaway, you motherfucker. I'm sick of you.
It all started with us talking shit on lives and in group chats and stuff. Like, I don't know what it's. Small talk makes me nervous. That's what it does. It makes me nervous.
Small talk makes me nervous.
It sounds like you're an FBI agent trying to figure some stuff out. Like, you're trying to figure out the passwords to my social media. That's why I hate it. Like, my sisters know when they want to tell me about my nephews, they don't call and be like, hey, how you doing? As soon as I say hello, they like, come get your motherfucking nephew. Come get your boy. This is what he did today. Like, we don't do all that small talk shit. They know when they call me, don't ask how I'm doing. Tell me what you want. Tell me what it is. Or tell me the story. Tell me the story.
For reference, Elias is not one of the ones that gives a damn if you going through if you going through it and your lights got cut off. Just tell them you need $150.
No. You can call me and say, hey, bro, my lights just cut off. I need $150. It's the initial, hey, how you doing? What you doing, bro? Are you busy? When somebody asks me, am I busy? Bitch, if I was busy, I would not have answered the phone. Ask me that question. That's going to irritate me. If I was busy, I wouldn't have answered, or I would have texted you and said, I'll call you back.
See, that's my thing. I'm a motherfucker that's going to answer the phone for certain people no matter what. No matter what's going on, I'm the motherfucker that's going to answer the fucking phone. My dumb ass. Hey, brother.
Yes. I'll be like, are you the fans? What the fuck? Like,
pick me off after an hour with your fuck ass. 2.5. You got me fucked up. Run that shit back.
My big brother's upset because his episode was only an
this big head bitch to ask her if she wants something to eat. Talking about, I think you just kicked me offline. Excuse me. Oh no, we're gonna edit that out.
I can't. It's not.
I hope none of y'all see where I work at. Fuck all y'all. I love y'all. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hello.
For everybody who don't
What's
know,
going on, bro? Now?
this is my big brother.
What up?
This is Jay Buggy. This the one that keep me absolutely sane for the most part. Get the fuck out. Now you can get the fuck out. Now you can go. Now you can go. Get out of my life. I'll come talk to you in 15, 20 minutes. Get out. Get out. Damn it. Get gone. I'm handling a conductive business. He is such a big brother. When he comes and spend the weekend, the first thing he do in the morning is he come and get in the bed. Like you know.
Man, dude, what you doing? Wake up.
He grumble like an old man too. He just to get the grumbling and shit. What you taking my keys for? Oh, okay.
It's the only man you let lay in your bed, huh?
Yeah. He the first thing he do is he get up and come get in the bed. Hi, TT baby. Well, shit. But yeah, no, but when I think about it, most of like him, we were gonna fight each other. That's how we became this close. We was about to scrap. He got some weight on him now, but he just
Those be the best friendships. Those be the best friendships when you got to whoop each other's ass.
Get out of my house. Get out the room, not the house, damn it.
Those be the best damn friendships. When you about to fight each other and then you realize, oh my God. This my twin.
Man, that one, I gotta do a part 2 with my brother, but because but you know, you at 3'8", leave me the fuck alone, goddamn. He only 5'9", 5'10" at the best. Sorry, 5'11". 5'11", apparently. Still ain't 6 foot. I'm just saying. But no, I'm one of those that you gotta have some actual meaningful conversation to get with me. Okay.
I'm all for that. Deep, meaningful conversations, yes.
Yeah.
All that bland, what's your favorite color? What's your sign? Shit now. Tell me if you believe in aliens or not. And then we'll go from there.
But that's actually something, you know what? Speaking of that,
if you're interested in me, ladies, if you see me out in public, especially in Memphis, see me I'm never gonna be in the club because I'm not that. But if you ever see me in public and you think I'm cute, you think you like big daddies, you like a cuddle buddy, just walk up to me and say, hey, I believe in aliens. I like to watch the Twilight Zone, and I think Marvel is better than DC. And I promise you're gonna get the prosthetic.
No, hold the fuck
You're gonna get the prosthetic. You're gonna get these
you think Marvel is better than DC?
Movies, yes. Comic books, something different. Comic books and the animated shows, that's different. But movies,
Marvel is so much better than DC.
Yes. I stand 10 toes down on that one.
It was finna be a re-up, boy. We was finna get it for a minute. We was finna have the nerds going crazy in the comics, boy, because who the fuck is better than DC?
Me personally, nobody beats the X-Men, but Batman is a close up there. He up there. As far as comic book goes, like reading the comics. For me, X-Men is my shit.
I never got a chance to actually read the comics. I had one Spider-Man comic, and that was it.
Mm.
I didn't actually get a
Spider-Man was hit or miss. He had some good series, and he had some not so good series.
Who?
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. He
was hit or miss.
Remember which number it was. It wasn't. I don't even remember. But since we both date women, I want to talk about this damn toxic femininity.
Yes, let's do that. Yes, we got to talk about toxic femininity.
So just to reiterate, men, it's okay if you need help, get help. Masculine presenting folks, it's okay if you need help, get help.
And I am a safe space. If you're being abused,
also a safe space.
I'm a safe space. We ain't gotta tell nobody. I will be a listening ear, and I will even look up some resources where you live and see how can we get that bitch about your house. How to get the bitch about your house if it's your house.
Now, if it's a split house where y'all paying, y'all names on both leases, you might have to sacrifice and just let her have it and just
Yeah,
get down and go somewhere else.
Look, I've let somebody have this coming from, and people like to make the argument, well, you're a woman and this, that, and third. Still masculine presenting. I get treated like y'all. I get treated like men when it comes to these situations.
Yep.
It's better to let her have it and get your own. I'm telling you. I've let
Yep.
two
Just let her
chicks
have
just
it.
have it. Just let her have the shit. It's not fucking worth it. I'm telling you, it ain't worth it. But women, you got to do better, Lord. I'm telling you right now, you ain't built like a Maki. You're just not. I will go toe to toe with a man and I have no regrets about it. I don't care. Oh. But you can't, if you're not willing to go up for it, then you're not
if you're not willing to die or get a black eye, keep your hands to yourself. Because a lot of women will test their men. There are a lot of women out there that would test their men and think, oh, he would never do it to me. And they be slapping him across the head, punching him, hitting him in his chest, thinking, oh, I'm just a dainty woman. He won't never hurt me. Or my licks aren't gonna do any damage. One day you gonna pop the wrong guy. And when that guy say, then you're gonna be crying for
you
help
can't
and
play
saying you're being
victim.
abused. Then you're
You
gonna
cannot
claim you're a
play
victim.
victim.
But you were
can't
the
do
one who hit first.
Facts.
I've witnessed situations
Get it out of
where
here.
I've witnessed situations where women have repeatedly hit their men, hit their dudes, and then all it took that dude was one time to retaliate. Not even hit her, push her off him.
Right.
Now he getting locked up. And now he got this stain of a wife beater.
Right.
But ain't nobody said nothing about the 5-6 times you done smacked him across the face at the family reunion or at the cousin birthday party or at the barbecue.
Right.
Or you call him a bitch ass in front of the whole family. Don't nobody say nothing on that. But the moment he retaliates, then all of a sudden you trying to call the cavalry. You trying to call your big brothers and your big uncles and your cousins to come handle him. And then they come with guns ready to shoot him.
Just because you the reason.
The 10 times you put your hands on him. Not all women, but I've witnessed a lot of women. Too many, more than 10. In my lifetime, I've witnessed females putting their hands on men. And the men take it. They walk away. Or they might grab them and move them out the way and they get out the house. They leave the house.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it where men will walk away and the woman chase him. He trying to get in his car. He trying to get in his car. She chasing. You not gonna go nowhere. You not gonna leave me. Yada yada. You a bitch. You a hoe. Yada yada. One day you gonna catch the wrong one, and guess what? He might have hit you there one time, but it could take your life because you didn't realize how strong he was. He didn't realize how strong he was, and then you down to the ground, head bleeding.
The other thing is that I lost my train of thought. Say it again.
I'm sorry. I said you're gonna hit the wrong one and you're gonna be on the ground or dead.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. For those that for the men or the masculine presented people who don't fight back, right? They pop off that one time. That traumatizes them.
And sometimes they don't even have to fight back. I've also witnessed, and I'm not gonna say no names, but they're blood relatives of mine. I've witnessed from my own blood relatives. And bitch, y'all know who y'all are.
Okay, why you gotta bring them up here? Did you do that on your podcast?
No, but look, y'all know who y'all are. They probably not even watching this, but if they are, you know who you are. I've witnessed them hit the man. The man leaves, walk away, does not retaliate at all. Go stay at his mama house. Go stay at his sister house, his cousin house. Next thing he knows, he look on Facebook and she's claiming that she got smacked upside the head and beat up and stuff. He ain't put a on him.
Right.
All the bitch got to do is lie. All she got to do is lie, and his reputation is ruined.
Right. No, that right. And I'm all for. If you do some shit like that, I say treat it like when people got HIV and AIDS and they don't tell them. Fucking lock them up.
Yeah.
Lock them up. The fuck you lied on somebody? I mean, lock them up, sue them, do all that because you got defamation of character.
There are women right now living in fear, getting their ass beat for real.
There's
and then
real
these trifling bitches like that who are doing the ass beating, but then want to lie because they want to get the man in trouble, or they want the man to leave and not have access to his kids. So they got to think of the most heinous thing to say about him so that the courts will be in her favor. But we have real victims out there that's suffering, and then they get mad when men don't believe them because too many men have witnessed the opposite effects. They witnessed either they personally got lied on, knowing they didn't put their hand on nobody, or they witnessed someone they love get lied on.
Right.
So it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. It's not a safe space for men or masculine presenting people.
That's facts. You have to create. I am all for fairness. That's just me. I'm all about being fair. You cannot have a safe space for masculine people more effectively for men. You can't have a safe space for men and then continue to allow toxic feminine or toxic women.
You have to call your own out. You have to call your own out, women.
I'm big on calling a motherfucker out. I'm gonna call out a motherfucker.
A lot of you women have some sisters or some cousins or some aunties or even your own mother. Some of you women witness your own mother beat the shit out of your dad or belittle him or talk down to him, and y'all think it's cool. Y'all don't say shit. Call these women out for being toxic. Because once we do that, then we can start the trickle effect of, maybe being able for y'all to be believed when shit really does hit the fan.
And I'm one of those that's big on, I don't care what nobody say. You let that little boy goddamn cry. Stop telling these boys that it's not okay to cry. It's not okay to cry over everything. You know what I'm saying? But shit really do be hurting. God damn it, how many times you done stubbed your toe on the edge of that motherfucking goddamn bed and stubbed your damn toe, and as a grown motherfucker, you back, ooh, shit.
You ready to click. You like, oh.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Let that boy cry. Stop telling these boys that.
Oh my gosh, these women nowadays, I can't tell you how many, and this is against my will. There are some people who end up on my timeline that I'm still trying to figure out how the algorithm put them on my timeline. But there's been some women that purposely go on Beyonce's internet and say, I don't respect a man if he cries in front of me, or will say, oh, if your man cries, then he a pussy, or will say, if my man shows emotion, I'm gonna break up with him, or he must be gay.
What do you mean he shows emotion? Like you treating these men like they're not human beings.
Yeah, y'all forget that they are human.
Insane. Look, here. I'm gonna put it like this, just to end on a better note. I got a good cane over here.
Not a good cane.
I got a real good sturdy cane. So if she ain't getting the message and you ain't gonna cuss her out, call her Maki. I got her.
Maki with her crippled cane. Go ahead.
I'm gonna take this good cane. I'm gonna take this good cane and I'm gonna get her. I'll get her for it.
We do not endorse hitting somebody with the good cane.
I endorse it. You ain't gotta be endorsing it. I endorse it myself. This is a self-endorsed. What is it called? What's it called? Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed good cane. Maki will do it. Call him Maki. God damn it.
I just want it to be known because there's a lot of men, and granted, I understand patriarchy, but and this is all systematic. I get it. This is all generations upon generations, cavemen, all that bullshit. It's ingrained in all of us, but it's 2024. This is the age of AI and biodegradable and electric vehicles. We have to start using our own brains and unlearn the toxic shit that we've learned.
Right.
It's
Just like
I
people.
grew up, I was born in the 80s. I grew up in the 90s. I was there with all the crazy trans and gay and black jokes back when white comedians could say nigga and nobody got canceled. I'm used to the bullshit. It's time for us, even me, I'm 5 years from 40, has to unlearn some shit that I was taught back in the 90s, back in the 80s. I had to
If we can
unlearn some
unlearn
toxic shit.
systematic, if we can unlearn systematic shit like racism, that it is possible.
It's
You see what I'm
possible.
saying? Now I'm a firm believer, and nothing's gonna change in my lifetime. But what can you only have to plant the seed and continue to nurture it.
Exactly. Just plant
Every
the seed
time
and
the seed
nurture.
gets planted, we don't nurture the seed. That's
Our
how
kids'
this shit
kids
happens.
can be better human beings and
If
less toxic
just
if
teach them
we
right.
unlearn. I don't care. I know what my parents did. I know what my grandparents did. I know what my great grandparents did. I know what the language they use. I know the culture back in the day. I know all that shit. But there's some
Mm-hmm.
shit that they had, and it's no fault of their own. They grew up in a religious cult, so no fault of their own. They can't help what they learn. But I've actively unlearned a lot of toxic shit.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned not to say certain things to people. It's I can tell you this, and I love God bless the dead. I love my grandma, and I will ride for her to the ends of the earth. But my grandma was very blunt. She one thing about my grandma is that she don't lie. She would
Mm-hmm.
tell you the truth, and it would be so blunt, and sometimes it could be the most hurtful thing. But she did it out of love. It wasn't malice. It wasn't she was a mean girl. She was just blunt. But I'm not that type of person. My mom can be the same way. She can be very blunt. She's gonna tell you the truth. She's not gonna lie to you. But it can be very blunt and very stern. I'm not like that. I had to unlearn that shit because I caught myself in my 20s. I caught myself repeating the same cycle. And it didn't feel right to me. It hurt me, and I know for sure it hurt the people I was talking to. So I had to unlearn that shit and learn that hey, you can tell somebody the truth without tearing them down.
I had to learn.
You can
I had
turn,
to
you can
learn
tell
the
somebody
number.
they fucking up without saying you big dummy, you're fucking up. There's a way to
I
do
had
it.
to unlearn. I had to unlearn the simplest. Like there were two things when I decided. When I decided, no, yeah, no, I'm saying it right. When I decided to come out and come out
Mhm.
as a stud, I had to unlearn the because that fucks people up because I was like, oh, I'm trans. No, I'm not. I'm just a woman that like women. I was not born in the wrong body, and I am not a little boy. That's not me. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then I had to unlearn the I'm a proud. Well, not I'm still a proud, but I'm a strong, independent black woman. I had to I had to unlearn that. Look, you know what? There's just certain things that I'm not gonna do. Prime example just happened right now on this podcast. There was a fucking bug in here, and a motherfucker like me don't do bugs. That's what I have a Jason for. That's why Big Brother is here. Get it out. And what did he do? He just came and got it, he took it out.
Exactly.
That's simple. Like I am never gonna be that stud that says I don't need men in my life, period. Because there's just certain things that men
We
are
need
just
them.
born with that
We
they
need
just do. You know what I'm saying? The trash can be full in my house, whether or not I was in this situation where I can't move as much or not or whatever. That man comes in this house and
He
that
takes
trash is
trash out.
full. He takes out the trash. I get to feel like a princess for a day. I love it when he comes over. All the
But
shit I can't reach in the
even
house.
me, even me with my masculinity and me coming into my masculinity and me but trying to be the best representation of a man that I could be, even though I haven't had all the surgeries, I still try to represent like I'm never gonna walk beside a female, whether we dating or not. It could be my sister, it could be my cousin, it could be my best friend. If we're walking down the sidewalk, I'm on the
I'm,
outside of the sidewalk. I'm walking on the outside. You're on
I'm
the
walking on
inside.
the side of the street.
I'm
I'm
opening
walking
the
on the side
doors.
of
I'm
the street.
opening the doors. I'm
I'm
doing
opening the
all
door.
that shit. That's just
Walking on the
me.
side of the street.
But
That's me.
even in my masculinity, I embrace it's called divine feminine. I embrace that. I'm
Yep.
not gonna tear that down. If I feel like crying watching a damn Celine Dion documentary, bitch, I'm crying.
Well, I don't know about all that. I ain't
I'm
that
not
feminine.
gonna do it in front of a girl. I'm not gonna do it in front of a girl. But bitch, you best believe I'm on my own, under my blanket, tearing up here and my heart will go on. I'm a sensitive motherfucker. I am a sensitive
I am
boy.
a sensitive thug. You better tell him I'm a sensitive
And,
thug.
and ladies, if you ever decide to go beyond the play buddy and actually be in a relationship, I like socks just because it's a Tuesday. I'll give you your flowers just because it's a Monday. I like a good pair of socks. I like a good
Thank you.
cologne, even though
Right.
I can't smell shit.
I like my socks.
I
Give
like
me
a
a
good
pair of socks. Oh, I know what you can do. Buy me some new
boxes.
boxer briefs. God damn it.
I like gifts too. I like to be spoiled a little bit.
And people think that they can't do that. Look, that's a
Like
whole
I'm not finna let toxic masculinity stop me from being loved on. I'm sorry.
not me neither. I ain't
I
doing
like hugs. I like all the you can squish my big cheeks.
no,
Like I'm
no,
sorry.
no,
You not
don't.
finna toxic masculinity me to where I don't get loved on the way out. My love languages will be spoken to. I'm sorry, they will
Hey,
be.
look, what you not finna do. Hey, don't listen to
You're
hey,
not
don't
finna
apply,
shame my ass.
don't apply what this motherfucker said about him to me. Do not apply that. Don't touch my butt. No spanking.
Oh, I love spankings. It makes me feel good when
Anyway,
if a
goddamn
woman
it,
got long hands and she say, I'm like, ooh.
that's
Do it again,
you're
baby.
freaky dicky. That's because you're a freaky dicky motherfucker.
Well, yeah, that's
Look,
true.
we going on 2 hours and 50. Oh, well, hey, well, okay. Well, y'all, this is the end of the show this time. Thank you to
We can always
Elias.
have a part 3 later on
We
after a
always
couple more episodes.
it's a thing, man.
It's a thing.
You know, I hate that Father Don couldn't be on here with us, but that's okay. We gonna get him. I gotta get him up here in general. We need Father Don to do his episode up here. Thank you. Big shout out to my brother Elias. If y'all ain't following Creative Reptiles on everything, go follow Creative Reptiles and Shed Yourself Laws.
Yes, my second channel, Shed Yourself Vlogs. I am documenting my weight loss and transition journey. So when the time comes and I do get this chopped off, that vlog will be on that channel.
There we go. Make sure you supporting the Bear, Candy Lady Creations, Father Don at Uptown Exotics, the Snake Nerd, which
Urban
is also
Nerd.
formerly known as Rock on Reptiles. The Rock on Reptiles channel is now being transitioned just to be straight
Beyond the Scales.
Straight BTS on every Tuesdays. That's going to now be our dedicated channel, but we're working on all of that.
And if you're already subscribed to Rock on Reptiles channel before he changed the name, you're still subscribed. So you don't have to worry about it. You will see Beyond the Scales on there every Tuesday.
Yep. So you don't have to do anything. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and go on there and subscribe.
Oh, thank you, Banner.
Oh, thank. Oh, awesome. I'm glad we did something. Hey, but for the folks that might be on the replay game later on, I'm wanting to start doing reactions on this channel, but I need some help, y'all. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do so I can put my face, in the corner or whatever while the video is playing, so you get the real-time reaction. If any of y'all got some videographer friends or some people that or maybe you got some knowledge in it of yourself, please DM me, because I feel like I'm not gonna be making any vlogs. That's just not what I'm gonna do. But I got a hell of a lot to say about some shit, and I just be watching shit. And that's how I started even getting on the social media. I had a podcast a long time ago, stuff like that. So if you got any friends or got some experience in it, make sure you get with me on my DMs, because I ain't got shit else to do.
And don't point to Elias, because I know photography. I don't know reaction videos.
I already asked Elias.
Yeah, she already asked me. She already asked me.
I missed you too, Mitzi Boo. Look.
Yes, we missed you, Mitzi.
We are back live at 7 p.m. every Thursday over here. You can get your rags to respect every Thursday. Normally they're only an hour, but today I had to do 2 because I had my good brother on here. Shout out to everyone. Happy Pride Month to everybody. I love you. And if you haven't done it already, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, and then tell your people to do the same. And we will catch you on the next one. I love all of y'all. We'll catch you.
Peace out.